humble Amirasen. I always forget the H one. And we have Guy playing our outgoing Olaf Brandtrokk, and we have Mia playing our languid Lucia Aurora. And also,
It's
traveling with the
me!
party are our two wonderful NPCs, Azaka, our Eshoe guide in the jungle with lots of tiger motifs, and our deep gnome companion with quests of their own, Levi Izakiri. So, you have found yourselves tonight in the jungle, doing things. What are the things you are doing?
I went out for a lovely evening walk with my dear friend Asaka, who
did?
said, "Oh, I haven't been out for a nice evening walk in so long, I really need to go out for an evening walk," and there's nothing else to it.
Exactly. Ignore the sounds of tearing flesh.
I should go there in heaven.
Strictly, is it a walk or really a run or
Well,
a
you wouldn't know, would you?
gallivanting? True.
'Cause
Although
they
we
almost
would
died.
have
Be gone.
That one.
Did we see them leave?
Yes, you would have
No,
saw
we
them
heard
leave.
them leave.
Yeah. So Lucia would have hopped on Azaka's back, and then she would have leapt off the willow tree and then run out into the night.
Did they say anything to us before they left?
Nope.
I don't think
Which
so.
is why we were so concerned.
Yeah.
I
thought
imagine
they'll just-
Azaka would have just waved to let you know they're not under duress. This is intentional, but they very much needed some space.
I'll just be. I guess if we're just sat like up around our camp, I'll just say to Hope and Olaf, "What is the problem? They can't. We just wake up. We're weak. And they just leave us."
Yes. Fun. I'm not here.
Hope kind of shrugs.
I think Levi's going to hop up from their spot on the log, and their little 2.5 foot tall frame is going to walk over to the lot of you, holding a massive water skin for their tiny frame, but normal size water skin for a lot of you. Make sure you have some water, and they're just going to say, some people just need to run sometimes. It happens. Just like sometimes some of us need to go inside of our heads and fight an angel or whatever.
I feel like that last one is less relatable.
I mean,
They
it's
could have
happened
picked
like
a better
at
time.
least twice.
True.
What do you think, Olaf?
If they're back by morning, I don't see a problem. As long as if they're endangering us directly. Actually, if they're back by their watch, then there's no problem.
I guess maybe we need to switch up the watches a little since Olaf usually watches with Azaka.
No.
Unless you're good on your own.
I don't mind doing it by myself, but if you'd feel safe with a second set of eyes. I'd be up for it.
Isn't your hound a
I
second set of
don't
eyes?
mind joining you if
Third set, I guess.
Levi and Elspeth want him. Take second.
I need to work
What
on
was
my-
that, sorry?
Oh.
You cut out a bit for me. What did you say, Riley?
I don't mind taking first watch with Olaf if Levi and
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Elspeth want to
And
do it together, and I guess Zaka and the kid can figure it out on their own. If they even show up, I don't know how we're going to deal with watch with just 4 of us, though, unless we all take a single watch.
I mean, it's 8
Like-
hours.
they'll need to sleep at some point. So if they're not abandoning us, actually, have they left their stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't look like they're abandoning us totally.
Yeah. Levi says
So they'll
8 hours, 4 people. Sounds like 2 hours each.
Yeah, I guess so. You can't really depend on them for watch, because if they come back, they'll just be falling asleep.
Yeah.
I'll take the third watch.
All right.
Alright, I'll do second, I guess.
I'll do first as usual.
So we got Olaf, Hope, Elspeth, and then Levi's last.
I'll have Fenrir sit with all of you. He doesn't need the rest.
All right. So for the
Sounds
start
good.
of the night, Olaf,
Yep.
would you please give me a wisdom perception check? I am going to have you make it a disadvantage because you cannot see in the dark.
Goddess of Night.
Never mind. It's a normal roll.
And also, Fenrir can see in the night.
That's
He has
also
dark
right.
vision.
That is also
Do I roll with my stats or Fenrir's?
I would rather you do it with your eyes because you are the player
That's
character.
fine. I was just checking.
But Fenrir is helping you. I think previously I let him have the advantage. Having advantage on all of your
I'm rolling
Night
with just
checks.
advantage using my own
seems
roll.
pretty nice. Yeah. No, I'll be nice and generous. Go for it. You all only have one life, so.
Oh, 1 second. Is that an advantage with Fenrir's stats or an advantage with my stats?
Your stats. Fenrir is
Okay.
helping you.
There we go. And rolling perception. Gets a 10.
A 10, yeah. All right. Give me 1 second here. I wonder, will you be able to see these? I don't know. Can you see
That's
that?
concerning.
Can you see the thing that I just rolled?
No.
No?
Hey, nice. So I can see it, and you don't have to see it. I like macros. They're very nice. Okay. So, you don't notice anything in particular during your watch, Olaf.
Yeah, after the 2 hours go by, he wakes up the second person. It's like, nothing of note during my watch. Wake us up if you need anything. I believe
Okay,
it's
good
Hope
to know.
next. Yeah.
Yep. It was in fact me.
Yeah, it were me.
Hope is going to kind of sit somewhere where you can kind of see, like, sit in a place where people on the watch sit.
Yep.
And is gonna ritual cast to speak with animals and chat with his mouse while he watches.
All right, very nice. In that case, you've got 6 whiskers on your lap. What sort of conversation are you having?
I think they're talking about the legend of Six Whiskers.
Oh, nice. Developing her story of the brave mouse.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing, because Hope's a lot better at telling other people's stories than he is at telling anything about himself. So he just kind of, chats with her and feeds her little pieces of hardtack and rations that, a mouse needs to eat too.
Well, why don't you give me a perception check?
Yeah. Perception. +1. Please be a good roll.
Okay.
It's not a great roll.
So while you're having this conversation with her, 6 is going to put her hand on your hand after giving her a couple pieces of hardtack. And she's going to look at you with her tiny little beady mouth eyes, and she's going to say, but I don't remember what her voice was. It was Italian, wasn't it? But
Yeah, it was weirdly Italian.
Yes, it was Italian.
What about your story, Bard Hope?
Oh, well,
You have a
that's
story
not
too.
important right now, because,
It's important to
well,
me.
we've got to develop... We have to develop your story, because there's magic in a story, and if I can get the right combination of words, then it'll be a lot safer.
She squeezed contentedly, and she says, "This is true. But the little Six Whiskers wouldn't get very far at all without her big buddy Hope to help her. Don't forget about you, Mr.
Of
Bard."
course not. A little script behind the ear.
Yeah, so you are too distracted with this conversation. You don't notice anything that's happening. And something is happening because I rolled high enough on the encounter chance. So at this point, I'm going to jump over to Azaka and Lucia. So,
Hello.
Lucia, how do you foresee your night going? Are you just going to be like riding her around for the night? Or do you want to run beside her?
Let me check a thing. I think I am actually fast enough to walk beside her.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I am. I think for a bit, I would just, like for the first hour or so, I would just want to run besides her.
Yeah.
Just get it out as well. Just
Yeah.
exhausting myself a bit. And then when they eventually do like a short break,
Yeah.
just give her a look like, may I write you kind of deal.
Yeah. She is control of her other self. So while she is absolutely terrifying, you can tell that she's in charge. There's no chance of her going off on you on accident, which is, from what you've heard of other people of her kind, not a universal thing. So yeah, you're developing trust as you're running out here. I would like you to make a perception check with advantage between the two of you.
Advantage for both of us.
Yeah, because
see if
her
this is
scent will
already
help
enough.
with this, and
That is pretty bad.
with her scent helping you, like she has advantage because of her smell, her sense of smell, and you're going to have advantage because she's helping you look.
20 on Osaka.
Okay, excellent. That
Good
makes
for me.
sense. Azaka catches a scent, and in her other form, she gets all bristly up in her back, and you can feel her tense, and she looks back towards the camp, and then takes off running. So at this point, I would like you to give me an athletics roll from Azaka, and I will make one for the unseen things, just to see if you can get back in time, or if we're going to get a surprise round.
Solid 18 from Osaka.
A solid 18 from Azaka. Just need to make sure this is on DM roll. There we go. So you don't know what it is. Oh yeah, easily you beat them there. So I think she's worried enough that she wouldn't bother untransforming. So
Could be.
the lot of you, you hear a thundering, this deep growl. Let's see, what do they even sound like? It sounds almost like a lion's roar, just this deep, throaty growl of some kind of wildcat. And Hope, you and Six look up, and you see this massive tiger running into camp with Lucia on her back.
I think that I should roll some sort of check to not immediately panic.
Okay,
and
that makes
try to
sense.
attack the
Yeah,
tiger.
you are extremely vulnerable. All of you have like single-digit hit points. So yeah, give me a wisdom saving throw to see if you can keep your nerve.
A wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, 12.
That's a 12!
Yeah, that's easy. This
It's
isn't
over.
too hard of a
It's
check
over
because you
10.
see Lucia. So you put it together that this is Azaka.
Okay.
Azaka and Lucia have returned. Lucia,
Whoa.
you're on her back. She is looking and she's growling, trying to get everybody awake because something is coming.
Okay. Message directly to Elspeth through my earring. Elspeth, wake the fuck up. Zaka's here and something's dangerous. I think at some point runs out of words. But that beams directly into your brain.
It does, yeah. So Elspeth, you would wake up right away. You have
Elspeth
almost
bulks
no
up.
hit points and no spell slots
Yeah.
because you burned them all.
Yep.
Did I give someone like 9 hit points last session?
Yeah, I have 9. I have 9 hit points.
That's right.
Oh, don't I have... I'm pretty sure I had... Can I have I guess I slept for 2 hours. Can I
Yes.
have the healing of a short rest?
Yeah.
'Cause I think I had
Yeah.
one at the end of the last one.
Yeah, why don't the three of you give yourself a short rest? I'll allow that
Okay.
because you've
Yeah.
basically had a short rest at this point. I'm going to redraw
So-
my phallic tree here real quick. Don't judge me.
Good God.
Okay, heal 13.
Level slot. Oh, wait.
Don't know if that goes directly onto my sheet. No, it does not. So 13.
Okay.
Bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, Olaf is still asleep. for getting to
All right,
sleep.
and I have.
Well, Azaka.
I'll message Olaf in the next turn.
Okay. Azaka rolled an 18, and they rolled a total of 8. So she got here in enough time that all of you are going to be able to wake up in time. So you are good there.
All right. So I'm probably like here.
Yeah. So she's pacing. She's trying to get everybody to circle up. What you see is this massive, massive tiger, just rippling muscles, blood-covered fur. Bits of scraps of clothing sticking out from the fur as if she's got like little pieces of things stabbed through her. She's easily twice any of your sizes. And as she's pacing around the camp, sometimes she pulls up to her hind legs and peers off into the distance, well over all of your heads. But most of the time she falls down forward onto her forelegs. But clearly she could be bipedal if she wants to when fighting.
I'll say to Lucia, what the fuck is this? You fuck off for the night and come back with some tiger? Where's Asaka?
It is not just some tiger, thank you very much.
Oak just kind of points.
Olaf sticks his head through his fucking tent. He's still just slightly getting ready. Lucia, did butterscotch get bigger?
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
We can argue later. There's things coming for now.
Olaf steps through with all of his equipment. He's like, I feel like if the tiger, whoever it maybe wanted to kill us, it wouldn't be peering off into the distance and we'd be shreds by now.
The tiger's obviously with Lucia.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you can arrange yourselves up on the tree. You have, we'll say, 2 rounds before whatever's coming gets here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In that case, I will
I wouldn't
cast
have Mage Armor.
Bless.
Okay.
How much hit points are you on, Hope?
Targeting. Pardon?
How many hit points are you on?
Currently 11.
Okay. I have 2 more slots of Cure Wounds remaining, which I'm thinking of just using to boost both you and Elspeth. Or
Does it have the rollable token? It does have
It
the
does,
rollable
yes. Choose side. There we go.
actually,
I think she's in
Elspeth, you can
hybrid,
do
actually,
more.
right now.
You can do more.
token. Oh,
of
did
the
she change it?
Yeah.
She was definitely in the
I was
lower
just
mode for it.
flavor-wise. The changing between the two, the hybrid and
So
the
if
thing,
she's in
is
hybrid form.
weird. She's in hybrid form. It's just, she looks like a tiger, but she's got some human elements to her. That's what I was trying to describe with, like, she's clearly
Does
bipedal,
that mean
but
she's kind
acting
of like
a tiger.
wearing.
Actually,
Wearing
Abby, you
her
already
clothing?
have a bit of healing, so I'll just heal both me and Hope.
If you could imagine
Okay.
a tiger with, like, broader shoulders, like, it's a tiger if you, like, widen their torso out a little bit. Human-like tiger.
It's an anthro tiger.
Anthro tiger, yeah. Actually,
It's
literally
Tony the
these,
tiger.
yeah, literally these things were all over Zootopia. So, except this is a wild,
Exactly.
terrifying wilderness version of that.
I know what this is.
Yes, she's at the base of the tree.
Is she
guarding a
wearing?
lot of you.
Is she wearing any of Azaka's clothing?
I
Or
want to
she
say
naked?
no. I feel like the fur would take it over.
Mm.
So you can see bits and pieces of Azaka's equipment poking out of her skin, like they're lesions of some
What about
kind.
her mask?
Gone, absorbed into the transformation.
Cool.
But that's that. So everybody can roll initiative.
Oh yeah. Go. I roll because we had 2 rounds, right? I used that.
and you
to
got 2
heal
rounds to
both
do
me.
whatever you need to do to get started.
Yeah, I cast Bless. I'm going to target Elspeth, Olaf, and Azaka.
Okay.
The tiger. Bless gives you whenever a target makes an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, the creature can roll a d4 and add the number. So every single attack roll and saving throw, you can add that.
I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points, make a first level spell slot, and cast Mage Armor on myself.
That is a good idea.
Olaf gets big beating stick out.
Oh, you didn't? Did you roll for the club you made the other day?
Oh, it was a club that was already made, I believe. But I can,
right.
If that was a new one that I made, I can roll if you'd like.
Oh, never mind then. If it was one you already made,
It was on my sheets. I presumed I already had
then
it.
you already have it.
I should keep better track of it.
Yeah. He kind of slides Six Whiskers into a safe space and pulls out his quill and ink.
Beautiful.
Pen. Or book. Book. I'm looking for book. That's the word I'm looking for.
Lay book.
Lay book. Less book.
He has his quill in one hand, his book in the other, and a dagger easily accessible on his belt.
Boom. Open.
Stand
There
to
we go.
fight.
Wrong one. Okay.
Who are we gonna fight?
I need to change the token here real quick. Levi. There we go. Is that the one? I have a couple Levi's in here. There we go. I found the right one. Boom. I need to roll initiative for Levi. Character sheet. Initiative. Boom. There we go. Descending order. Boom. There we go. All right, they go first. So you guys have prepared yourselves. You're all ready. You hear the pushing of branches aside and some heavy footsteps as a dinosaur emerges from the trees at the site of the fallen Quetzalcoatlus from earlier. It sniffs around for a bit and then bends over and starts chowing down on this already rotting, stinking dinosaur corpse. Munch, munch, munch. Could I get
Are we
stealth
supposed to
checks?
see its health points?
Yeah, you still have to take away
Oh,
the
yeah.
rights
Oops.
on the tokens for the
Yep.
dinosaurs.
Oops.
That's a good stealth.
Yep.
I think that's a failure, guys. Oopsie.
Mm.
Just gonna roll for Fenrir.
Hopefully that like up front.
10.
Okay.
All
Let's
right.
see. We've got 12 from Elspeth.
We've
three
got.
from
We still
Olaf.
need. We still need 3 rolls.
Yep.
Right.
Nice.
Levi.
Okay.
Lucia is stealthy.
Lucia's
Ish.
stealthy. Stealthy AF.
All right. What does
That's
that
Akka.
Mostly
That's
tiger
Akka
stuff.
stealthy as well. All right. So, Olaf, let me know how you fuck this up. Because everybody else is going to easily pass their passive perception. How do you mess it up?
Oh, right. Okay, and then do we still succeed, or is that still up for debate?
That's up for debate. Elspeth also got below, but she's closer with a 3 on your stealth check. You're going to do something that's going to draw this dinosaur's attention. Up to you how you handle that on your turn. But it's close enough now that if you fuck up, it might hear you. And it sounds like you did.
Right, okay, well, I think what's going to happen is Olaf is going to have one of his ingots slide and fall out of his belt loop.
Oh,
He's not been
that's
maintaining
nice.
it, apparently.
Yeah.
So he tries to catch it, and it clank, 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 flop
Yeah.
into the water as it just sort of fumbles around in his hand like a hot potato.
Yeah, with that, the Allosaurus is going to stop where it's been bent over eating. It's going to look up. It's going to look around, and it's going to sniff. Give a nice, strong, solid sniff.
Oh boy.
Public roll for this nice deep sniff.
Oh, no.
Unfortunate. With that, its eyes narrow, and it's gonna hunker down. And you see it turns around and it makes a conking sound back to the forest behind it, and it's going to circle around to underneath the tree, so it has a bit of cover.
Thaumaturgy.
Elspeth gets to go first, actually, because Elspeth got a 19.14 on initiative.
All right. I'm going to
I'm
subtle.
going to try to make a diversion.
I'm going to subtle spell, and I'm going to cast my bow.
Okay. So it did move out of the way of a lot of you underneath the tree. So you're going to have to expose yourself to get this shot off.
I'm not going to get the shot off yet. I'm going to ready my action to.
Okay.
That's my bonus action. So
Okay.
I'm going to ready my action to fire the shot.
Okay. So,
If I see another dinosaur come to view.
so the trigger is another dinosaur entering the clearing. Gotcha.
Yes.
Hope, you're up next.
Oh no, sorry. The trigger is I see one and they notice us.
Gotcha. Gotcha. When you notice somebody noticing you, noticing them, noticing
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
Got it.
That makes sense.
Does it?
Minor illusion has no verbal components,
Yes.
which means I can create the sound of a rustling or a different dinosaur, a similar
Okay.
dinosaur call behind,
I will say the
like,
jig is up.
on the other side of the dinosaur.
I will say the jig is up with regards to some of that, because
It knows where.
Olaf fucked up and let the
There's
dinosaur know it
there's
should
no way of
investigate.
distracting it away.
And then with the 21, it definitely knows you're here. You could still try to scare it, but I think at this point there's no sort of convincing it you're not here, because it knows it
Okay.
used its action to follow up, so it knows you're here.
Okay. In that case, I do not need only one creature within your.
I mean, you could still try to scare it if you want to make it sound like a bigger dinosaur.
No, I'm going to cast Distant Whispers, which, as far as I can tell, I do not need to be able to see the creature. It just is one creature of your choice within range.
Well, that's good.
Um,
It is currently beneath
So
you
it's,
where the ingot hit the ground. So
yeah. It hears
I'm going to mark
Some-
off an ingot operation.
very scary things.
okay, so wisdom save from this dinosaur. That's
And I'm casting it.
11, so it fails.
How is that even possible? That was supposed to be 46 because I cast that at a higher level.
2 1s and a 3. Damn,
Let me just add one more
that is
d6.
a remarkably bad.
So
Okay.
I did a 4th level spell
Yep.
and caused 9 damage.
Yep. The rest of it, though, Distant Whispers is going to cause him to run away. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, no. This is a female. I'm going to decide that these allosaurs
So,
is the females hunt and the
She
men
is now
protect the
afeard of
nests.
me.
There you go. So this huntress is a fear.
So they're lions.
Basically, yeah. Does that trigger as a reaction, or is that on her turn?
I think it was reaction to run
No,
away.
it's immediately
Immediately.
use its reaction to run away.
Okay. You hear it make this distressing, cawing, gurgling sound of fear, and it's going to run. It's total of 60 feet. Jesus Christ, this way. So it's that ways away. And that's Hope's turn. Anything else?
That one's taken care of for a second, at least. Bardic Inspiration, I was so inspiring, and 6 Whispers clambers out of my pocket to wiggle her nose at Lucia, and Lucia is inspired.
There we go.
Ooh.
All right.
Also, Zaka should have a bless marking
Yes,
up on her,
you're
'cause
right.
She is blessed.
So the two of you are in the water. You have 120 feet of dark vision, right, Mia?
Yes.
And Azaka does, I think, just 60 feet. Regardless.
I think she actually has none. Never mind, 60 feet dark vision, yeah.
Yeah, so the two of you would easily see at this vantage point a silhouette coming off from the south towards the two of you. But you
Well,
can
the
see
Saka is
silhouette of it
gonna prepare to smack whatever is coming here.
Okay. So she's going to hold an action for when
Lucia
something
goes
gets
into a
range.
stance and is gonna do the same.
Okay. So you're going to guard the ramp.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we have two held actions there. Levi thinks everything is mostly under control. You watch as they sort of look around, see everything's under control. They're just going to walk back over to the put-out campfire, lay down against a little overturned log, and close their eyes and start going back to sleep. Olaf.
I believe the best thing to do right now is just held action to wait for something that's happening.
Okie doke.
He will realize that Lucia and Azaka are waiting for something, so he's going to try and sort of stealthily move down, leaving Fenrir behind to defend the others.
Okay. Oh, true. Yeah, so it would have heard the dissonant whispers in its own dinosaur language, I hope. Because you still have Speak of Animals up.
Yeah, it probably would have been something like, "We're a bigger fish than you. It's not worth it. Just get out of here. If you leave us alone, we won't hurt you. But if you try to attack us, we will absolutely destroy you."
Gotcha.
And it was sufficiently terrified by that for that moment to run away. You can decide whether it decides it's worth it later or not.
Yeah. Well, for now, it's magically compelled. But Olaf, yeah, you head down and you join with your fellows, and it's actually pretty funny because we've got an even height distribution here. We've got normal-sized man next to taller than usual, taller than man Drow, and then we have super tall hybrid were-tiger.
I thought
I am
Lucia was
4'9".
quite short.
Oh, never mind.
I'm very small.
Never mind.
Well, so if we switch positions, then we'll get
Yeah, there you go.
I'm still
to the scale.
Instead, it's a Drow sandwich down there. So
I feel
Drow
very secure.
sandwich- Exactly. Drow sandwich is interrupted by the thundering of footsteps. You see the little Spielbergian ripples in the water at your feet, as not moving at a decent pace, but not really a hurried pace. Another Allosaurus emerges from the trees and spots the lot of you. It is going to raise its head to the sky, and that conking sound comes out again. And when it doesn't get a response, it's going to get its head real low, and it's going to charge at you. So it's headed for Lucia.
Can I get my ready action off?
I was about to say, triggered actions go off as it charges Lucia.
People just die like skate on the floor.
That's unfortunate. The bow shot goes wide with a crit fail. Azaka's bite will definitely hit.
It was a nice 1 on the damage though.
Yeah.
Now am I going to try to punch it? I think I would try to punch it.
Oh, and the Great Club hit from Olaf will absolutely hit as well.
Serious?
Yeah, I think I would punch it and use a key point to add necrotic damage, so that's
Okay.
good, right?
Goddamn. Yeah, you wail on this thing. It was headed for Lucia, thinking that she's the most open target. But when you get your hand up there with the necrotic damage, it's going to veer to the side in pain. And instead it's going to try to pick up Olaf.
I'm not a fan.
So this is if the Alice... I'm going to put this here so everybody else can help me read. If the Allosaurus moves at least 30 feet straight towards the creature and then hits with a claw attack on the same turn, the target must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. If the target is prone, the Allosaurus can make one bite attack against it as a bonus action. All right. So this is against Olaf. Does a 23 hit your AC, Olaf?
It does.
So you take 7 slashing damage, and I'm going to need you to make a strength saving throw.
Sure thing. I get a D4 from Hope's Bless.
You do.
Blessing so busted. And it will be enough to not have you get fucked, because you would get eaten otherwise.
Yep.
You are extremely lucky. So it does not manage to get a bite off of you. You hold your ground, but you do take a grievous slashing wound. It then is going to attempt to run past you this way. So it is going to definitely leave Olaf's and Lucia's range as it's.
Yeah,
I use my
reaction
reaction to do the ready action.
Never mind then. That's probably the end of its running speed, though. So there. Back up to the top. Does the Distant Whispers continue? I don't remember. Does it save
I think
again?
it's one time.
No, it
Just one time?
the runaway is only a reaction.
Okay.
It doesn't last.
So you hear that conking sound again once this Allosaurus has shaken off the fear, and it's going to turn and run back around. It lets out a weird calling sound as if it's communicating as it runs back into the field.
I can currently understand animals.
That's right. She says, oh no, what did she say? She says, she says something along the lines of, translated into common, they're poachers. They're nasty, filthy poachers. They set a trap. The sky crocodile was a trap. Get the little ones and leave. That's what it
But
says.
I'm the little one.
It is then going to use its action to continue running and join its mate. And it is going to peer up the log at the rest of you. So the rest of you just see this, the log is like this, and you see these little dinosaur eyes poke up over the edge, beady dinosaur eyes, and they grimace at you. Elspeth, it is your turn.
Right. I'm gonna.
Hope can Hope warn her that they are currently running. Try your best to intimidate.
Talking
More
is a
than
free
attack.
action. Talking is a free action, so you can go for it.
Yeah, he'll be like, I had speaking with animals up because I was talking to Six. She's warning warning him to run and talking about children. So I think if we play our cards right, we might not have to kill them.
Okay.
I don't want to kill them.
I'm gonna spend a sorcery point to quicken a arc bolt and at the same time fire off a storm bow shot. So I've got like 2 arrows loaded into the bow.
Exactly.
I'm gonna target them both on this one here.
Yep, that one has been wounded.
So that's one. That
Okay.
is
That'll hit.
14 hit.
I think that'll hit. Yeah, they only have
With
an
the
AC
blast?
of 13. You're good.
Nice.
And
the
another hit.
blast is coming in clutch.
Yeah. 2 hits with the bless.
Busted.
Well, these are spells, so you can't do non-lethal with spells. But they are
Oh my.
dinosaurs, so they have a lot of hit points.
That's all they got. going.
However,
how
this
much?
dinosaur is looking really fucked up.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, so
I'll just say
you
to
unleash
Hope,
this fury on this dinosaur. Just zap the shit out of it.
I'll say to Hope, if you can make them understand the consequences of their actions, go ahead. But I don't really
They
know
already
how to.
do!
I don't really know how to intimidate a dinosaur. I can't speak to it.
Give me an intimidation roll to accompany the
You-
damage you just did. Elspeth. 11. Okay. So taking into account the amount of damage you did, that seems to me like a moderate success. You've definitely scared it. But you've not, like, broken it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the end.
That brings us to
I
Hope.
think the mom is definitely running. I don't know about the dad.
2 moms. They're 2 ladies.
Oh, 2 moms?
Also,
Oh
you
my
don't
God.
know, you don't know necessarily if they're moms.
The lesbian dinosaurs.
What you heard was it was coming back saying it was a trap.
Get the kids.
No, they said get the little ones and run. They said nothing about children.
True.
You made to mean the small snacks that they have on this nice log.
I'm so sorry, but I imagine their voices like, Beatrice, get the small ones, run away!
Honestly, dinosaur with British accents, I'm down for. So it was something. Beatrice, do be a dear and get the small one. These poachers are out here trying to convince us to eat those sky crocodiles, and they're going to kill
like-
us. Oh dear.
Just like those bears from Peru.
Exactly.
It's much rid of them, isn't it? Better.
But yes, Hope, you have an opportunity here. What do you want to do? You're snoring so loud.
Wow.
Are you just yelling at the cat? I love that.
Yes. She's snoring so loud.
You've seen how powerful we are. We are the more dangerous predator. And as predators, you know that the more dangerous predator keeps the territory. So get the fuck out of here.
Okay, give me an intimidation roll. The Allosauruses look at each other.
Oh,
That's worse than Elspeth's. That's a 10. Right smack in the middle. You see they're going to look at each other, and she says,
the dice do not agree with my
Dear me, Eurydice,
My role
did that
plan.
small poacher just speak our language? Why, yes, Beatrice, I do believe it did. It will make a tasty snack. We can hear it crying as we eat it. Crunch, crunch.
The British
Was that
guys
my
are killing
action?
me.
Yeah, it's your action to
I knew
attempt
this would be
to
it,
persuade them away. You know what?
Okay.
I'll let you do that again with advantage because Elspeth did just do a shit ton of damage. Even though she cannot persuade people for shit, she did do a bunch of damage, so... Okay.
That's a 19!
A 19, yeah. They have this conversation, and then their little beady eyes turn back to Elspeth, and they say, "But that one does quite pack a punch. Yes, quite, my dear. I don't really want to be zapped again. I'm barely holding together, darling."
I love them.
Yeah. So they look at each other and they say, "Perhaps we'll just grab that hairy one with the metal club. I'm sure they won't miss it."
Do we have one with the metal
You
club?
can
Do they
take
mean-
the...
I think they're calling on my personal hygiene.
Oh. Just get out of here.
All right. Hope says, "Just get out of here." How's Azaka going to handle this?
No, that's me just
Okay.
being annoyed.
Azaka is watching a lot of this. You and Azaka should just share a turn, honestly. You always roll like right next to each other in initiative.
Wow.
But
It
yeah,
is almost like some certain winged lesbians.
yeah. So, Mia, what your PC and NPC here are Hope up there making cawing, growling, and hooing sounds as he makes these exaggerated body language of a dinosaur. It's like an animated GIF up there of Hope going off. And the dinosaurs don't look particularly they don't look particularly plussed. One would say nonplussed. But at the same time, they're they're listening.
Saka is gonna move here and it's gonna ready a bite attack if they try to attack instead of
Okay.
running away.
Sounds good
Lucia
to
is
me.
gonna go here and is gonna hold up her rapier ready to smack one of them in an unpleasant spot in the snout if they try to attack
Okay.
instead of running away.
So you're going to try to ward them off. Good
Yes,
plan.
try to look intimidating, but somehow intimidation is only a charisma thing, so the very scary looking tiger lady has a +0.
If you wanted to roll it instead, I could let it be a strength intimidation check.
Then I would say Asaka will use the remainder of her turn to like loudly growl at them.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope. That is an 8. So
They are significantly louder. They are
Yeah.
not impressed.
She does not contribute to the intimidation going on up above. Levi's turn. I'm going to roll here real quick. Yeah. Levi falls asleep.
Later.
You hear them
Good
start
grief.
snoring.
I love the fact that he's just falling asleep.
Olaf, it is back to your
They're
turn.
just falling asleep.
I'm not a fan of these creatures. Which was the one that we hit before? Is this one, right?
Yeah. It's barely holding together. It's
Okay.
gasping and wheezing. There's burn marks all over it from the electric shock.
Well, dog.
Mhm.
Gonna go ahead and make my attack. 23.
Yeah.
8.
Yeah. Hope that
Non-lethal?
that
Actually, no,
is-
lethal.
lethal.
It's trying to kill us.
It
Yeah.
has 8 hit points. So
Oh.
you down it.
Let's go, Olaf.
You hear, she says, I hope you hear her say, Eurydice, my dear, I do believe one of these gnats is behind me. Oh no! Cheese and crackers! As she gets bashed in the back with a club and collapses on the ground.
I know. It's gonna turn around, and as Jaws gonna get knocked off with the club.
Okay.
It's like cheese and cracker.
Cheese and cracker! And so this Allosaurus is down.
And then my good boy, my right side pal, my metal dog, is going to attack the other one. 1 second. Yep. 1d20. +5. It hits. 15 to hit.
15 will hit the AC, so you will get through her scales.
Slash 1d20. 1d8. Sorry, not 1d20 damage.
No.
5 damage as it nibbles.
Good. 5 force damage. Hope, you hear the Allosaurus named Eurydice look at Beatrice on the ground and say, "No! No!" What's an incredibly religious insult? You filthy wanker. You filthy wankers. How could you do this?
And you smell like elderberries.
Oh, you filthy little paws. I bet you come here to the Empire from some distant region. Some godforsaken
No,
place.
that's xenophobic.
No, why are they racist? No.
I don't know.
Why do we have colonial dinosaurs?
Anyway, Eurydice doesn't like the look of things, doesn't like that Beatrice is down, doesn't know what to do about Beatrice. She knows she doesn't stand a chance. However, she does want something to take home to her dear harem of male Allosauruses. So she's going to attempt to grapple, I think. She saw the storm that Elspeth went off, so she doesn't want to go for Elspeth. The only other person she can really reach that would be tasty is Lucia. So Lucia, we're going to have she's going to attempt to grapple you. So.
Well, that seems
1
to
second, I'm
so
gonna
I will
make-
smack her.
Yep.
Oh,
You smack
is
her.
that an attack?
Or 9 damage.
Yeah.
Ignore the necrotic.
Is that an attack, by the way?
That is an attack. So if you had held actions that would affect this.
Whatchamacallit?
That goes too far.
Fenrir is going to impose disadvantage.
Oh, okay. So she will make that athletics ability check again. That's a 13.
Is it against a check or is it against my AC?
This is a grapple attempt. So you will have to do dex or strength to resist the grapple.
Was it safe or it doesn't actually matter? It's the same for both. Oh my.
Yeah, oh yeah. With that, Lucia, you are now grappled and held within the jaws of this creature.
Oh, actually, I still have the 1d6 from the inspiration.
Ah!
Aha!
You are not grappled. You remain safely on the tree.
That young whippersnapper!
Eurydice is then going to turn in her space and attempt to flee. So that'll trigger opportunity from, I believe it's just Fenrir.
Fenrir uses reaction to impose disadvantage.
Never mind. So she gets away scot-free and runs off into the night. Unless anybody wants to pursue.
Murder.
Murder?
Are you actually going to try and pursue it, Abby?
Does she get out?
I feel like Elspeth needs to change her last name to Murder Death. Elspeth Murder Death.
Yeah, does she get out of line of
Elspeth.
sight with this one movement? And Elspeth hit her from
She has
the distance
60 feet of movement, so she is 60 feet from here. I don't think I have enough room on the map for that. Yeah.
But
no.
can I see her from where I am?
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Okay, I'm gonna get one last shot in as she runs
Yeah.
away.
Else death, murder, knife.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's a
Oh,
low
yeah.
roll.
Yeah, you hit her real good. 5 lightning. You hope you hear, ow! Dear Lord! The riffraff in these parts. Youths with pocket knives, I swear. The mayor will hear about this.
Does she die though?
No.
Okay.
She's got plenty left.
Got it.
Okay. Does anybody else want to give chase? Hope, are you going to let him go? Or let her go?
Yeah, I'm just gonna let her run.
Okay. How about Azaka and Lucia?
Asaka is not going to chase. Lucia is going to try and heal the potentially not dead dinosaur. We shall see.
It wasn't
that's
catastrophic damage. He just wasn't being careful to keep her
Oh.
alive. So,
Hands
Oh,
of
then I
healing
can
for
spare the
5 HP.
dying.
yeah, she jumps back up to 5.
Yeah, and when the Allosaurus opens its eyes, I will just point towards their partner
Okay.
and hope that it gets the
Giving
message
you
that it
mercy.
should leave.
Go.
All right.
Can
all right.
can I, in addition to this, say we've given you mercy? Go. Go
You
back
see,
to your family.
those little beady eyes roll in the head as they look across the lot of you, and she says, "Dear, dear me, mercy from poachers. Never thought I'd see the day.
You're no
All right.
poachers.
You predators need to do a lot better job of indicating which one of you are. We can't have you hiding around in prey, using prey's bathroom, pretending to just be one of them. It's because they're British, they're transphobic. Anyway,
We're
Wait,
smart.
oh, what the fuck? There's so many layers.
yes, if nobody wants to stop it, Beatrice will run after you to see into
get
the
out.
night.
Elspeth has her bow drawn on it the whole time it's leaving.
Okay. All right. They did not manage to deal a significant amount of damage. They came seeking to eat the corpse of the Quetzalcoatl. They instead they found you guys. They thought they'd just pick up the smaller ones of you and just bring you home for a nice meal. They got scared off instead, and the fight is over. Well done. You have completed my
Absolutely insane.
British Allosaurus puzzle. Well done.
Why do we keep just letting them go?
They are just animals. They're just trying to
They're just
get food.
animals.
Yeah, but they're dangerous. They're just going to kill someone else.
This is the jungle. No matter how many of those we would kill, there would still be more.
That's
And the dead bodies attract, and also dead bodies attract more wild animals, as we've just discovered. So the better thing is to let them go.
I disagree. They're just going to find someone less experienced than us and kill them instead. You're just killing someone else down the line.
You can't
I'm
just
not
do
gonna
a
argue with
murder
you.
spree in the jungle.
It's not a murder
It's not.
spree. They came to eat us.
And we defended ourselves
They came
and
to
they
eat-
left.
They came to eat the other dinosaur and saw us as potential snacks. As a bonus.
I don't see how that makes it better, Ho.
They're animals!
We
Yeah.
don't go into a forest and kill all the wolves there because they
I kill a
sometimes
wolf and it tries
people.
to eat me. Yeah, I think so.
You hear a rare growl of agreement from Azaka as she has crouched down and begun eating bits and parts of the Allosaurus.
What's happening with that?
We follow the
Allosaurus
rules
left.
of the jungle. If something attacks us, we defend ourselves. We don't just... Ugh.
What's happening with the Saka?
None of your
She's
concern.
clearly this, really cool
I
tiger
think-
lady, obviously.
I think my concern if I'm going to be spending the next few weeks with her.
You watch
Wait, that...
the tiger stops chewing, and the head pulls up out of the Allosaurus, just covered and dripping in blood. She just looks at you, narrows her eyes, and points at her face, and then points at your face. Elspeth.
Hope
That's
is just
not
like
butterscotch.
watching, just with sparkles in his eyes. I've heard people could shapeshift, but I've never actually met one. Well, knowledgeably met one. It's so cool.
She just growls and goes back to eating.
I don't know what you're trying to say with that, so I'm just going to ignore it.
Well, enjoy your meal, I guess.
Standing
just gonna
between them.
and start her watch.
Okie doke.
Trying to be very intimidating and defensive of my backup mummy.
Yeah. How does Lucia feel about this? Because I mean, obviously, there's a lot of murder going on, and a lot of different opinions on how much murder is an okay amount of murder.
To be fair, we managed to not murder anyone this time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Allosaurus didn't die.
I guess
she would just,
Asaka might be eating a bit of
Quetzalcoatl.
the...
Yeah, Quetzalcoatl. That's what it is.
The nasty Quetzalcoatl.
It's got a nice brine on it
Yeah.
for a few hours in the swamp.
I think Lucia is just giving Elspeth this kind of death stare, because it seems like Elspeth is very keen on anything approaches us in the jungle, we murder it.
What is your problem? Stop looking at me like that. You're always just fucking hiding behind a sack there, staring at me weird. What did I do to you?
Can we just leave it alone?
Just don't like you. That's all.
I didn't get the straight answer. Is that a Zaka or butterscotch?
It is not butterscotch.
Not the time, Olaf.
I'm not making a joke. I am very confused right now.
I've been...
Well, I see it's not the time. Wait, did Zaka leave?
I think Zach is still here.
Yeah, she's just over at the Fallen Quetzalcoatl from earlier in the day, having a meal.
She's munching.
Another one.
I tried to be nice to you, he just hates me for no reason.
You just
She's
remind me of someone that I
intimidated
don't
by
want to see
you.
again. With the way you
But
carry
that's not my
yourself.
problem, is it?
I feel like there's no resolving this argument. These two just want to be mad at each other, so Olaf is going to try and approach Azaka.
Sure.
Meanwhile, Hope in the background silently, why can't we be friends?
Anyways, Olaf is just going to approach to Azaka and just say, I'm sorry if what I said earlier was insensitive. I'm a little confused. This is all new to me, but
There's just a growl of recognition that you're there.
I'm sorry about the weirdness. It seems there's a bit of discourse right now.
She chuffs the way that as she pulls her face out, gives herself a shake, and you get covered in blood and gore as she shakes off her fur and then goes back in for more.
I'm assuming they're not quite conversational while in this form that this year.
Doesn't really respond any more than that.
Yeah, not really.
I'm assuming this is a secret you two have been keeping between yourselves. I knew something was up, but
Most people react to this kind of thing significantly worse than any of you have. So he obviously keeps it a secret 99% of the time. I just happen to know similar things from my family. So I kind of pieced it together relatively early.
right. That makes sense. Well, do you mind covering the last shift of... Oh, wait. It's still supposed to be Hope's shift, or is that coming to a close now?
Lucia's is... Elspeth is next.
Elspeth's watch is next. If you could cover the last shift of watch, that would be greatly appreciated.
Yes, no problem. We were not just gone, we were watching out around as well.
I mean, otherwise you wouldn't have been back in time. And thank you. I think a bit of transparency will go a long way.
Just needs a bit of distance, a bit of just need to run a bit.
That makes sense. I obviously can't speak from a place of mutual understanding, but I'm sorry that. Looking to Azaka, I'm sorry you felt that you couldn't trust us before with your secrets, but I want you to know that at least I accept you for who you are.
She's clearly listening,
Well,
but she's also occupied.
yeah. Well, I'm going to go to bed. See you in the morning. Good night.
Good night.
And Olaf just trudges off into his tent, kicking off his boots and tugging in for the night.
All right. So we come into the third watch of the night as Elspeth is sitting up, upset at the apparent hypocrisy of the people you've been traveling with. How is Elspeth going to spend her watch?
There is just a constant faint crackling as she just sits there seething. She's just watching out, trying to keep her composure, knowing that if she potentially got too angry, Gondor would take that as an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she's just gonna spend her watch in silence, stewing.
So I'll ask you a question. Do you want to roll a composure check? Is what we'll call it. It'll be a wisdom ability check, or a perception check. Are you focusing more on paying attention to your surroundings or keeping under control of yourself?
Keeping under control.
Okay. So in that case, we'll do a composure check. Do you feel like Elspeth is particularly in control of managing her own emotions? Is that something she's practiced in?
It's something that she's practiced, but she's still not very good at that.
She's also the embodiment of a storm, so...
Yeah.
So why don't you make a wisdom ability check without proficiency?
Okay. 13.
13. Okay, not too bad. We're able to keep things relatively under control, but the hypocrisy of the words sting you. I can't remember exactly what Mia said, but the whole thing about and your brother too. It's okay to kill things, but you can't kill things too well. You can't do too good of a job of scaring things off, which doesn't make any sense because it's just you got to survive. You're in the jungle. If it's okay to kill things that attack you in the jungle, why don't you just finish the job and then they don't come back and kill you later? And you're protecting more people down the road. And it's not about going out there and killing every wolf you see, but if you do meet a wolf that's brave enough to attack you, make sure it doesn't attack anybody else. All these sorts of things are running through your head, and you just feel this uncomfortable nodding at your side as if somebody's like, yes, embrace it.
Decay flow through you.
let the discontent flow through you. So while you're focusing on all of that, your watch passes and nothing significant takes place over your watch outside your own head.
All right.
Which brings us to the final watch, which was Levi. I'll let you roll for this one, Mia. Give me a wisdom ability check from Levi. It's a perception for Levi is a +1.
16.
16, yeah. All right. So Levi is pretty certain that nothing happens during their section of the night. But as a lot of you begin to stir and wake up for the morning, you can see that Levi has pulled out this checkerboard tray and set it on the ground in the middle of your camp, and doesn't seem to have been paying attention to anything else. They've just been playing chess with themselves, just sort of moving a piece and then shuffling to the other side of the board and moving another piece, going back and forth. So. Aw. That is an excellent addition.
I did not draw that. I found it on the internet.
I figured you didn't draw that. That is an extremely... that is the furriest furry drawing I've ever seen. It's great. But, yeah.
Why do they have like a... They have an aviator jacket with the sleeves ripped off.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes.
So cool.
Having embraced
Very jacked.
getting to know my homosexual side, I can now identify when an artist is homosexual because of the way they draw male muscles.
It's true.
Just get to it.
There's a lot of gay going on in that artist's brain.
Yeah.
It depends how round.
You can tell.
It's something to do with how round the chest is. Like
Sorry,
if
I
the shape's
didn't-
like a barrel, like
I didn't
if
want,
they're like the washboard, that's
yeah.
I
great.
didn't want a super feminine chest for it
If
because
an
I
artist
don't
remembers-
like it when
That's fair.
I don't like it when they give anthro animals boobs.
That's true. When you
I'm sorry, that
see...
reminds me of the... Sorry, I'll post the video.
It's okay. When you see
Why I like
a
Zootopia
male
so
furry
much, 'cause
drawn
the
with
female-
nipples, you know that the artist is gay. It's just the way it works.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, daytime comes. You see, Levi doesn't seem to have been paying too much attention. They've just been playing chess with themselves and mumbling every once in a while. Yeah, that is what happened.
Chaos.
Yeah, you wake up in the morning. Levi seems pretty ready to go.
All right, let me.
I need to
do
work on
my
a new.
long
I
rest
need to work on a
here.
Newfoundland accent.
Do we
for
have to take a
for
longer?
Levi.
Do we have to sleep longer because our long rest was interrupted?
No. That was short enough that it counts as a
You're very
full
nice.
rest. Yeah, everybody's back up to full.
Yep. I
Yay!
spend two
I
of
get my
my
all punchy points back
on the helmet.
that are mainly used to heal enemies.
All right. So with that, the morning is yours. Levi, they're going to look up from their little chess set, and they're going to smile at you and pull their goggles up above their eyes again. And you see those piercing little blue eyes underneath, those beady little blue eyes, and they just say, well, where are we going to next? Onward to Kirsabal?
Hate myself.
Yep. Did you have a good
Onward
game?
to Kirsabal!
So let's roll for the wind. It is a light breeze today.
No,
Let's roll for
the
temperature.
weather.
Very pleasant.
It is 15 degrees. 15 degrees hotter than usual. So it's a very hot day today with a light breeze, and there's no precipitation. So it's a muggy day. But when you get to an open area, you'll be able to get enough breeze across you that you'll be doing okay. But you may be consuming more water than usual today. So we'll have double your amount of water.
Mm.
Let's jump to the player's map.
Where were we even? I think we were almost there, right?
Almost
Yeah.
We're
there.
almost there.
Yeah. Provided nothing goes wrong today, you will arrive at Kirisabal.
Now, what do you mean with that?
So,
Ominous.
as I said, light breeze, 15 degrees hotter than usual. No precipitation. It is muggy as hell, but you're mostly in the shade at this point, so that'll be helping a lot.
Yeah, Elspeth is just gonna walk in silence today.
Okay. Sounds good to me. How about everybody else? What is our approach to travel today? Elspeth is being moody.
Yeah. At some point, if Olaf can get Elspeth by herself in the marching order, he's going to try and talk to her.
Okay.
Yeah, alright.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Oh, should I initiate that now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, it'll probably be probably a half an hour of walking to an hour of walking. Yeah. Maybe Elspeth has just been trailing back into the back of the pack, and so Olaf will slow down and so just start a conversation with her. Runs. So about last night,
Yeah.
do you want to talk about it?
I get the feeling that you do.
I mean, yeah, but do you want to talk about it? I can't just force this out of you.
I guess.
So how are you feeling about everything?
What do you want? So, do you just want me to calm down?
Well, no, because that feels like it's invalidating your feelings. I want to maybe have everyone come to an understanding because I can't have us traveling together and there be discourse, otherwise we could endanger our lives.
It's not me. It's not me that you need to ask. Talk to Lucia. She seems to hate me because I remind her of whatever. I don't know.
I can't tell someone to not see you as someone. Maybe ask them yourself. I can't, like, you see the position I've seemingly put myself in. I can't ask you to ask them. It feels awkward, but you kind of have to. Like, what exactly is making them feel uneasy around you? Because maybe that's something that you're not intending. And maybe you can come to some kind of, like, resolution. I don't know. I just don't want there to be any animosity with this. Although traveling together this long, it seems inevitable.
I hate to say that you're right, but I just hate how she just looks at me like that, like I'm gonna go crazy and kill her.
Have you given her a reason to not think that?
I mean, there was one night where she woke me up and I don't know, my power went a bit crazy and might have shocked her, but I didn't mean to, and I apologized. It's just, I hate that she hates me for things that's out of my control. I don't want to, I've been nice to her, I think.
Well, maybe try making an active choice. Sometimes we think we're doing the best, but turns out it isn't. You can seem a little insensitive or rude even.
I guess. Ever since we had that run-in with the guards in town, she's just been weird around me, and I did kill someone, but I didn't want to lie to people about it. And then she just hides whatever's going on with the Sacre from us. I don't get it.
Well, from her perspective, it was an issue about discrimination, wasn't it? She is a discriminated individual herself, being Drow, and we've been quite welcoming. And that might have been a good sign, but Blair Tiger, I'm not too sure what to call it. I'm still wrapping my head around it, not being butterscotch, but large. But that's not something I've ever seen before, so they probably didn't know how we would react.
To be honest, when you introduce us to her like that, there's not really much we can say. If we want to live, we go along with it.
Well, there is. But the thing is, Lucia is not entirely in the right here. From my understanding of things, she's making a preconceived notion about you based on the experience of someone who is vaguely reminiscent of you. And maybe that is a valid reasoning, that it's someone who showed the same pattern of behavior, but at the same time, it's not giving you a chance.
You don't have to tell me that.
Well, at least you know someone else understands. You're not alone, as it were. Just try talking to him. Lend over the olive branch.
Yeah.
That's all I really wanted to say. Seems like we're about halfway. Olaf just says, peering into the tree line.
Yeah.
I'll leave you alone. Alone for a while, just to think to yourself. And he's gonna sort of pace ahead a little.
Yeah. Olaf, give me a wisdom perception check based on sight, if there's any
Sure.
anything that helps with your sight.
Nope.
Yeah.
Says.
So you're walking along. You pull ahead, confidently walking into the jungle.
I'm not pulling ahead of the entire party, just pulling ahead of Elspeth.
And you take a couple steps, and then your next step, your foot doesn't leave the ground. And you look down, and your other foot isn't leaving the ground. And you can barely see. You pull some fronds around where your feet are. You can see there's this shiny shellac slime on the ground, and your feet are just fully stuck in there.
Okay. Guys! I think I'm stuck.
I'll run over. What do you mean you're stuck? You mean,
Using the point of the black slime, I'm hoping the fuck this is not an
clear,
ooze.
actually.
Clear?
It looks like
Oh no,
snot.
it's more likely to be an ooze. I don't know what this is exactly, but I can't quite move my feet, and you can see him, like, his knees shaking a little as he tries to raise his legs.
could I try getting close but avoiding the sludge, try and pull his leg out with it?
Sure. Yeah, you can get real close. Give me a wisdom perception check as you get down to try to get near his feet.
Oh, no.
Based on sight, you can.
It would be hilarious.
It would be so funny.
Just like, 5 of us get stuck in a second, like, what the fuck, guys?
17 was a perception check. You can see that the slime isn't very long. It's only about maybe 5 feet across. Olaf just happened to step on the one section of it that crosses the trail here. So you would be okay. You'll just have to step over this trail. It wouldn't be that hard to do. You can see that it meanders from off to your right and meanders then off to your left. Or left
Is
to
it
right.
like a
it's hard to
trail
tell.
or something?
It's definitely a trail. It's hard to tell direction, but
no.
something slimy passed through here and left a trail.
It just-
Nails,
and
nails.
it looks like his boots are like fully stuck to the ground. You don't know just at a glance if you'll be able to get the boots out of the slime.
Could you take the boots off?
I mean, I can try. But if I not lose these, going barefoot in the jungle does not sound like a fun time.
You can just make new ones,
Yeah.
right?
I could try, like, burning it
What
away.
the fuck, when did Lucia get here?
Well, you're traveling together. Everybody's crowded around now.
Fuck, get quiet.
I mean, you were like, well, somewhere between you going, help, I'm stuck, I need help, and me turning around.
You know, I'm sorry, I just got started a little, thank you. Yeah, Olaf is gonna try to undo the buckles on his boots and
Sure,
see if he can slide out.
Yeah, it's not going to be very difficult, but I'm going to need an acrobatics check from you to see if you can manage to carefully get your feet out and step out of the slime without stepping in the slime as you're doing it, or falling
So funny.
into the slime.
Yeah.
So acrobatics is relatively
one second,
low.
I'm gonna
DC.
see if I can maybe get like a towel out to cover the slime, so like there's a permeating
That's
layer.
a possibility too. Your friends
Another
are
thing.
also here if anybody else wants to help. You're watching
good.
as Olaf is sort of
Oh,
wobbling
yeah,
in
I will
place.
try to help, but don't forget I'm very light and I'm very small.
Yeah, so Lucia hops over to the other side and can give you advantage on this check. As she
Yeah,
holds
basically
up
like
there.
hold your arm so you
Ooh.
don't lose balance that easily.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
12.
so lucky that's advantage. With a 5, you would have fallen face first and lost your armor.
Started with leather as well.
Yeah. No, with a 12, you're okay. You're able to get out of your boots and get to the other side. You're A-okay. Everybody else, now that you know the trail's here, not too much of an issue to hop over the trail. It's barely 5 feet across.
Can I try getting my boots out?
You certainly
Are they
can.
lost?
Give me an athletics check.
Sure. 21.
Yeah. So you definitely pull on them. And unfortunately, the integrity of your boots doesn't quite hold up. So you yank, and you hear a suctioning sound, and you're like, yes, I did it! But unfortunately, in the process of yanking it off of the ground, the soles of your boots are ripped off. So they're not going to be wearable. But you did retrieve them. So you could try to spend some time repairing them if you wanted.
Are
Yeah,
the
that's-
souls still stuck in the slime? Or did the souls come out too?
That's a great question. I'll give you a 25% chance that the souls are still in the slime. Roll me a d100.
Sure thing.
75 or lower,
Seven.
they're okay.
Nope, fuck me.
Nope.
So yeah, you basically just got your boot toppers. You're a cosplayer now.
Wait, didn't you say the 25% chance they are still fine or in there?
Yeah,
So will
25%
it be
chance.
over 75? Not below 75 to fail? For
You might
succeed?
be right. I'm very bad at percentile dice.
No,
It's
I
always
think you
good
said,
to just have the good, highest good.
Yeah,
or
I meant
highest
I
bad.
meant it to be like 25% chance they're still stuck there.
Aha.
yeah,
So like
and then higher,
like
lower than
1/4% chance that
75.
it's shitty. The worst.
So
outcome.
we go with highest bad.
Yeah, so 75% chance of it being good. So you rolled above.
Yeah,
You
it's
needed to
the,
roll
Call
below
of
the
Cthulhu
75%.
system.
75% chance it's good. You got above the 75% chance, so it's bad instead.
Yeah,
think
it's
that's
the
how
Call of
percentile dice are
Cthulhu
supposed to work.
percentile. Yeah, in Call of
need to-
Cthulhu,
yeah.
a 1 is the best roll you can get.
Yeah, I
and
need
a
to play more
100 is
Call of
the
Cthulhu.
absolute worst.
Yeah. So unfortunately, the souls remain in the slime, and it's going to be a heck of a time getting them out of there.
He's not gonna bother. He's just gonna walk over and see if he can fashion himself some fucking sandals for now.
All right.
From some
Give me
palm fronds and shit.
give me a dexterity check without proficiency because you're not a what's the word, cobbler. You're not a cobbler, so this is.
One second, I might have cobbler's tools. Don't check me. I mean,
No,
I
you're
think I'm proficient
specifically
in
a
all
blacksmith.
tools.
It's different.
I know.
Could make nice metal souls.
Ow, ow,
Okay.
ow. No.
So you fashion something that'll work. Something that'll do. Maybe some wooden soles that you can sort of nail to your boot toppers to. It's not going to be great.
Yeah, he's gonna wait until he's at camp to properly remake his boots. He's just making something that'll be enough to get to
That works, that
Kirsabal.
works. But unless you want to pursue that slimy trail, that is the only thing of note you encounter through this hex of travel. So, do you want to pursue the trail, or you want to just leave the slime be?
I want to squat down next to the slime trail and poke it a bit with the stick and play around with it.
Yeah. So what you determine while you poke it is it is gelatinous as it's just sitting there, but once it comes into contact with something, anything porous that touches it, the moisture is sucked out of it extremely readily. The slime sort of just gives all of its moisture away, and then it becomes this hard crystalline structure instead. It like instant bonds. It's like crazy glue or cyanoacrylate glue, I think is the term for it. So it's essentially super glue in the middle of the jungle as soon as it touches
I'm going to have some good time with it. I'm just there for like a minute while Olaf makes his boots.
Oh, for sure.
Just like sticking sticks in there, plucking leaves on top of it, and just giggling.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to spend a bit of time here, I'm going to roll something here. This isn't a particularly fast creature, so I'm not going to make it a high percentile. I think 90% chance it doesn't circle back around. So if I roll between a 90 and 100, it does circle back around.
I would
91.
roll up to 5
91.
players now.
91.
91.
It's the bestest boy in the game.
Nope.
Ah.
It has moved on. It does not circle back around on its trail today.
It's such a cool creature, though.
I love them so much.
Yeah, it's such a good design.
Also, this slime is something I made up on the spot because I thought it would be funny. But I like it. And now Olaf has no boots.
My shoes!
And we're just there poking it, making like little art where like swoop a tiny bit of the goop up and then put the stick up in the air real quick and then
Exactly,
make
yeah.
like a little
Make a little snot trail.
scaffolding, little house or something. And just
You make little St. Rupert's drops with the glue. It's a lot of fun.
like I'm just
I'll-
just straight up looking like a kid playing in sand.
I'll ask Asaka, what sort of thing would make this some giant snail or something?
She nods. She says, we have a particular type of snail out here in the jungle. They're magical shells. They leave this slime behind. You can do some interesting stuff with it, but you need specialized equipment to grab it. I've never collected any myself. If you can kill one of the snails, their shells are extremely valuable.
Would it be worth our time to follow the trail? Could we deduce which way it's going?
Could be. I mean, I know you guys are in a bit of a hurry, but if we could manage to, if we could kill it and get its shell off, Um, I'm not entirely sure what it could be used for, but I know it's one of the animals that merchants in the city are always selling or buying at fairly high prices.
Which way along that trail is it running like perpendicular to our trail?
Perpendicular, yeah. So it would be heading east or west, or north, west, or southeast from where you are.
It's probably not worth following then.
Up to you. I'm just a guide.
I think it might just make Lucia more upset.
She nods and she says, we all have monsters inside of us, some way or another. Some of them are more dangerous than others. Some of them are more in control than others. I don't judge you. You're strong. You do what must be done. She's strong in a different way. She looks over to Lucia playing like a little kid in the slime, and she says, I'm not here to tell you what to do, of course.
Has she told you anything? She said that I reminded her of someone.
She didn't want to talk about it. But as someone who's seen some terrible things, I can definitely understand. If you remind her of somebody bad or something bad, I can understand being afraid of it. I mean, you watched me struggle my way up Firefinger to face the people that killed my mother. I don't have an answer. I can't tell you what to do. I respect you. And I think in her own way, she respects you. She's just a little scared, a little cautious. You can't be too cautious out here. I mean, you've seen it yourself. The jungle will kill you the minute you drop your guard.
Yeah.
It's why, as fun as it is to stretch my legs and run around as my better self, you need to put the human on again once in a while and live somewhere you don't have to watch your back as closely.
Mm. Do you enjoy being like that?
Oh, for sure. That, to be honest, it feels like the real me. My mother and I, we wandered the jungles together in the other place. My entire childhood, and it wasn't until we came here that I really spent any time as this. Feels right. Free. There's so many rules in civilization. Clothes. But you gotta be polite to each other. You need to care about each other's feelings. You need to pay for food. You need to pay to sleep. You need to pay tribute to the people who own the land you're walking on. Such a ridiculous concept, owning land. Yeah,
I get what you mean.
It feels better letting the beast out. But at the same time, not only a beast, and you're not only your rage. You're a full person with desires and hopes and dreams. At least I hope so.
Yeah.
Maybe, she says, maybe if you do talk to her, think about that. Push forward the human parts of you more than the monster parts, because we've all got wild monster parts, but it's the human parts of you that I think can talk to the human parts of her. And I don't know what that looks like exactly. I'm not a particularly talkative person. But yeah, that's generally the way I find people are the most, or the least defensive. If you can share your human with their human, makes
Thank
it
you,
easier to
Asanka.
accept the monster. Yeah,
I'm glad you're with us.
me too. Well, let's go.
Yep.
Yeah. We move on to the next hex.
Hey.
So, which hex would you like to move to? There are 2 hexes towards Kirsabal you can take over.
Probably the left one.
The leftmost one?
Yeah.
All right. This is a full jungle tile. As far as you know, there are no roaming undead in this section of the jungle, so you should be reasonably okay. What you can see is the Laughing Gorge off in the distance. When you get to the higher spots in the jungle and look off to your right, you can see that the Laughing Gorge climbs up in the distance into a short mountain range up ahead, and you can see there's a pretty hefty cliff face up there, and even from this distance you can see there's clearly some civilization up at the tippy top of the cliff up ahead.
Ooh, nice.
Looming in the distance. Now, for this section of the jungle. Okay. Who wants to give us some rolls this time? Who wants to take charge of looking through this section of the jungle?
Good question. Anyone wants to do it?
I will give us some rolls.
Okay. What skill do you want to bring to bear? Is this going to be a survival, an investigation?
Probably survival is better for me.
Okay. So give us a survival roll as you're moving through this section of jungle. 5. Okay. It's a pretty uneventful section of jungle. But as you're walking, the heat starts to get to you. And you've already gone through your water from the night before, because it's about midday at this point, and it's hotter than you expected, and the heat is picking up. And again, there's not a lot of breeze. There's not a lot of precipitation, so you're getting low on water, and you're pretty thirsty. And as you're walking through this section of jungle, you find nothing of particular use or value. You don't encounter any other living things. It's pretty miserable, pretty uneventful number of hours trekking through this section of jungle. Olaf.
Oh.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a Constitution check real quick. Or a Constitution
Damn it,
check.
am I about to get fucking stabbed in the feet?
Possibly. Elspeth, what was Abby going to say? Other way. Abby, what was Elspeth going to say?
Nothing.
Check her
Nothing.
save, by the way.
Save. Okay. You're uncomfortable walking in these clogs. You're doing your best. Thankfully, you don't take any serious damage to your feet. We move to the next hex. So, again, left or right for your next hex. Either way, you'll arrive at Kirsabal in the evening. It'll just determine what I roll for the jungle.
Down.
Okay. So we're headed to the right one.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So at this point, the jungle opens up before too long. You're very quickly entering into more mountainous regions. Olaf, I'll just have you make the con save at the beginning of this section, and we'll determine that first. So while you have the makeshift shoes, you're going to make a con save through each hex you move through to see if you pick up anything through your feet.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Constitution is mad.
Yeah.
Did I actually do an amazing job?
Yeah.
Or, like, what?
What you all didn't know is Olaf's had lifelong athlete's foot, and he barely needs shoes because they're just solid callus. He's A-okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrifying. No.
Or
Or maybe he's just one of those people who just walk around everywhere barefoot.
Yeah.
Just get fucking strong ass feet.
all right, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's not very exciting. All right, so who's heading up this section of Jungle Walk? Because you're emerging from the jungle into this more mountainous terrain. Who wants to take charge?
Mountainous terrain. I think Asaka should do one again. She's so good after all.
Okay. So Mia, I'll have you do it. 20.
20.
Yeah, so Azaka, you're moving along, and she stops you guys. you're fully out of the trees at this point, in the rocky area, headed towards the cliff face up ahead. She holds up her fist and she says, "Shh! I hear something." She points at the ground, and you can see at the base of what few trees remain, there are just mounds and mounds of crumbly white junk, just sort of piled up around the bases of these trees.
What is that? What's that stuff?
Give me a nature check with advantage, because she's going to help you.
9.
9. Hard to tell at this distance. It looks like, what's a good universal reference?
Drugs.
Drugs. No, have you seen spray insulation? They do in
Yes,
houses?
the foam stuff.
Yeah, it looks like that. Just sort of sprayed around the bottom of all these trees here.
Okay. But what is that?
With a
Wait a
9,
minute.
neither of you can make it out.
Oh, that sounds like termites nests. Or hives, I guess.
Is it
I
like
didn't-
all around us, or can we avoid
Yeah. Your way forward, you're going to have to pass through this, or it'll take a lot of time to circumnavigate this.
Can I pull out the Volo's Guide to Monsters while I've been looking at these formations?
Yeah, that's an
make a
excellent
check.
idea.
I guess I
Um,
would check in the
Oh,
jungle.
so-
absolutely, both of you
Could
can.
you check them there? As I guess we're doing this while we're walking. Is this a nature check?
Yeah.
With
If you read
advantage because
Volo's
we read the
Guide,
book?
I don't remember if these creatures are in Volo's Guide.
That is valid. Volo's Guide isn't a catch-all.
No.
You did say that. I don't know why I'm making
Just in the
looking
monster
noises.
manual, so it would not be in Volo's Guide. So this won't help you. However, the herbalism kit, these are a jungle creature, so
Yeah, but okay.
I'll just make a normal nature check then.
also nothing. All right, you can give me a normal nature check.
14.
Weirdly, the highest roll, it's poop. It's some kind of poop. It's just weirdly white and chalky. You don't know what that's about.
It's it's just shit or guano or something. But what's shitting?
What's shitting?
I'm gonna look off into the trees, see if I can spot anything.
Yeah. You're past noon at this point. So Lucia in particular is having a hard time seeing.
Yeah, I'm not
There's-
even going to try.
There's no
It
cover
would
here.
require too much.
You can give me a wisdom perception check with eyesight. And since your fellow adventurers are with you, it'll be an advantage because you're all looking. But Abby makes the roll.
18.
You see, it's not in the trees, but you see some of the undercrofts of the hills up ahead. You see these they look like sacks, leathery sacks that are just sort of hanging, swaying in the breeze, off in the distance. And as you're looking and peering at them, you see they begin shifting and moving. And at that point, I'd like everybody to make stealth checks.
Okay.
Sacks,
I'll
did you
have
say?
one to
Yeah, they look
get
like
down,
leathery,
get down.
leathery sacks hanging off in distant trees and undercrofts in the shade. None of these
it's
are in the
guano.
sunlight.
I fucking hate bats as Olaf just fucking blends into a tree. Like fucking pizza from Hunger Games.
Okay, this is passive PP of 11.
The PP.
PP of 11.
Medium.
It's an impressive
size
peepee.
Yeah. So Levi will also make this stealth check. All right. So who got below an 11?
Hope and Saka.
Zaka and Hope. Everybody else did okay. That's good for you guys. So you watch as these distant black silhouettes, sort of sacks, sort of shift and move, but none of them take a particularly strong interest in you. And you can very clearly see now that this is a number of bats. that are sort of just having their nice midday nap.
We should be able to sneak past them, right? They're all asleep.
You can tell that they cover like a several kilometer section square. There's these poop piles under a bunch of trees, and there's just dozens and dozens and dozens of bats everywhere.
Hmm.
Yeah. Let's move quietly. We should be able to avoid them.
I mean, they're night active, right? So should be fine.
Doesn't mean they won't wake up if there's a fresh meal.
True.
These look like particularly big bats, right?
Hard to tell. None of them are close enough to you, which is your saving grace.
Fair.
Azaka caught it before you like fully entered into the bats territory.
The bat zone?
The bat zone, yes.
Don't most of them just eat insects, like small birds?
That's a great question. Do you want to give me a wisdom perception check based on sight, so disadvantage?
Perception check for that,
Yeah.
okay. An 8 and a 9. Wow.
Lucia asks, don't they just eat insects? And I mean, presumably, yes.
I mean, let's go. We can't go around them. We have to go through.
So you're going to be moving at slower speed, because you're going to be trying to be quiet, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so presumably we'll be faster than going around though, right?
Yeah. You don't know how far this hunting region is, or this hunting zone is, but you can see basically the swath to either side at the base of this cliff, just covered in poop. So these things hunt as far as the eye can see between you and Kirasabal.
Alright. Yeah, we just gotta get through this to kiss about them.
So this will take you extra time, but if you're going at a slower speed, I'll give you advantage on your stealth checks.
Woo.
So let's see if you piss off any swarms of bats.
Pretty good
24
start, and
bad.
that's a pretty mediocre follow-up by Zaka.
24?
It's above the passive, though.
Yeah, yeah. 2.
Why? I rolled a crit
Olaf.
and then a fucking 2.
The other iron bar just
Okay.
falls out.
Do we want to use our inspiration on that?
That's
You have
okay.
advantage, because we go slow.
comedy and success. Yeah, you're taking a
Wait.
slower speed, so you can roll again.
Is it
Yeah,
an
who's the
advantage? Sorry.
comedy? Oh yeah,
My
you get
mistake,
2
my
rolls.
mistake.
Yeah. The tragedy.
Oh, that's
comedy
survival,
are-
sorry. I wish I just kept the survival roll. What the fuck? I'm gonna roll stealth again just for to see what happens. 69. I
Abby had
accept.
tragedy, and Riley had hope.
You can have
comedy.
the success.
Auto success. There we go.
We said it is supposed to go before,
We did.
just to remind.
You're right.
But then again, the other roll would have
I
been
mean, you
the
didn't tell us
Well,
yet
you
we failed.
suggested it.
We just rolled it. Didn't we? Or do we have this?
I
Is
didn't
it
tell you what the
question?
DC was.
Oh, right. Is it question? Just to clarify, is it before the roll or after the roll but before the results?
It's supposed to work like Lucky.
Right.
before
okay.
Lucky
you
feet.
tell us what it is, and
Yeah, before you know whether it's a success or not. But you would have
After
known
the
whether
roll,
it was a
not
success
before
or not,
we
because
know.
I told you the DC ahead of time.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
guessing
we-
this is only for the success one, because the other one is the autofill on enemies, and then we wouldn't know it.
That's true. It doesn't really work that way. Goddamn homebrew. With far-reaching consequences.
Homebrew is hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of want to make D&D, but with a D100 system like Call of Cthulhu, because I think it's really cool. And also the skill progression systems are kind of awesome.
I mean, that's
There's like a
basically what
super
AD...
simple one that's D100 based. It's like how to be a hero or something.
That's basically original
It's supposed to be
D&D.
very easy and very
Right.
customizable.
Original D&D had percentiles for almost everything. That's how you used to have to pick locks. It was really dumb. Anyway, so we won't use the comment in this one. But that's only one fail, which is okay. So you make your way through this section of jungle. You don't manage to piss off any of the bats. However, Olaf, you're going to get into a situation where you're going to have to leave another piece of equipment behind.
Uh-oh.
What
He's
the
gonna
fuck?
be naked by
Fucked up
anything.
again. So, look over your character sheet. What do you think Olaf would have to leave behind to succeed on this?
Just say remain quieter.
Yeah. You're going to lose something in
Probably
the
is-
course of this stealthing.
Probably this great club. He can make another. It's really big, and clunky.
Okay.
Even though he has a bag of holding, but
Okay.
he'll still reason that it's probably better.
You lose the Great Club.
Yeah, I'll remove it from my sheet.
Gotcha. The other question is...
Although he's going to leave it in a notable place that maybe he can come after it, like on a stump or something.
Yeah. You've run out of water at this point. There's no real water you can see up here. So do you have any solution to the water situation? Or are you going to continue being out of water?
Not having water is very bad.
Yeah, I think we just have to continue being out of water.
Okay.
Can we passively look for any fruit that will tide us over? Not completely hydrate us, but not start the effects of dehydration.
Okay. If you want to make a survival check as you're going, I'm going to give you disadvantage because you're also focusing on being really quiet through backcountry.
Can we mitigate that if I quietly ask Lucia for their book about the jungles, like herbology and stuff?
Sure. I'll make that.
Or actually, I could just ask Lucia to do that because I have a terrible survival check.
Yeah.
My survival is not great either.
I'll let you do it.
I have a
with,
-1.
a normal check. You also have an
+3.
auto success. Riley has a comedy and Abby has a tragedy. So.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll
What do you
use
see
it.
your stat was, Mia?
Use it for anything
I think
else.
mine was the best at +3, but I am not proficient.
Yeah, I think you are.
So,
The
yeah,
lowest I'm getting again.
So would you want to use the comedy, or do you want to see if Mia can roll a crit and get better than the best option?
Mm.
Do it, Mia.
I'll leave that up to
I know
Mia.
that there's another point where we might want the comedy
Okay.
in the second half, just saying.
So, do you want to
Okay.
rely on the dice there, Mia?
I mean, I don't have the comedy.
Oh, Riley
I think
said
Riley's-
depends on you.
Oh, I said I'd leave it up to you whether you.
No.
It is up to you.
I don't want to use her comedy.
Okay. So, flat survival
Okay.
check. Yeah. Unfortunately, with a 5, you don't find enough to feed even yourself. It's just poop, as far as I can
I
see.
have a vial of some nice dark blue purplish liquid if someone wants to sip.
Yeah. What you do find, though, while you're foraging, is in the guano, there are little bits of bones poking out of the guano.
Oh, that's not good.
And
Oh boy.
little small rodent bones and bird bones. And you can see that there are a number of small animals that are sort of been buried in poop. And the husks of these animals are just completely drained of everything. They're like these desiccated, sucked out husks.
Oh no, it's vampires.
What do you mean, vampires? I thought we were wits.
I said batpires.
Oh.
Bat pirates.
1 second. There's somebody buzzing.
So now you know that these are vampire bats. Swarms of vampire bats. Which
Pretty scary.
isn't
I
a great
don't
thing
have
to
a lot of blood to spare.
But no, you did well enough on your stealth. You don't manage to find anything to stave off the thirst. So at the end of this section, the end of today, you're going to take a point of exhaustion because you didn't drink enough water today. But it won't kick in until the end of the day.
At which point we'll hopefully just get through a long rest, uneventful one.
Oh, I mean, like, you don't get the exhaustion and then take a long rest and then it goes away. It's end of the long rest. You get it for tomorrow.
That sucks.
You can get enough water. Yeah. Just keep that in mind. Oh, I forgot to update the clock because you did spend a night in the jungle. I'm going to do that real quick. Clock. We are on day 29 of the Death Curse.
Uh-oh.
Boom. Day 29. Yeah. With your half pace, you've arrived at the feet of the cliff, safely, unmolested by swarms of giant vampire bats. You peer up at the cliff, and now describe what you see. Once I turn back the page to where Kirsabal is.
Mm.
That's a different place. That's another different place. That's Firefinger. We've been there. Kirsabal. That's a J. I went too far. No, I didn't go far enough. I know how the alphabet works. There we go. An ancient monastery overlooks the jungle from its perch atop a cliff on a tall plateau. Stone steps and rickety walkways connect the various buildings, at the lowest of which is 500 feet above the ground. You can't see that yet because you're not up there. What you can see, though, from this point, the cliff before you is crisscrossed with those ancient pathways, as I said, not well maintained. But the other thing you can see is the occasional silhouette of a bird person flying and landing on that in that city, half a kilometer up the cliff above you.
Yeah.
Is there a
I'll just
path we
have
can
nine.
take up?
There
Or
are
is
a
there an
number
apparent
of
path?
paths, but they have not been maintained.
1 sec, I'm looking through my notes for the name of the
Nephir was the guy we used to rescue.
Nephir.
Yeah, because remember, it's
Oh,
like
there it is.
Zephyr, but
Nephir.
Zephyr, Nephir.
I'm going to shout up, see if I can get the attention of any of the Aarakocra. Hi, we're friends of Nephir. He told us to come here and speak to your elder.
So you're going to yell over a half a kilometer.
I'm going to try.
Can thaumaturgy make someone's voice boom?
It certainly can.
Um,
It certainly can. Yeah. Give me if somebody has thaumaturgy that can help you out, I'll let you make a charisma ability check, a spellcasting ability check. Let's see if you can project your voice far enough.
I have thaumaturgy, but I'm not gonna help. I'm gonna let her
Okay.
Oh,
be silly.
All right.
For the first time round. I think he's a little annoyed for the situation with the Allosaurs.
Okay. Yeah. Then in that case, just give me a. This is projecting your voice with just your voice. Sounds to me like athletics. Like this is your lung power.
I have some spells that make a very loud noise. Can I use those as well?
Like what specifically?
That
do
might
they
be
make
seen
a
as
specific
hostility.
name?
I have
Sound?
Thunderclap, which can be audible 100 feet away, and I have Thunder Wave, which can be
Yeah,
audible
but they make a
300
thunder
feet away.
sound. Unless you
Yeah.
you want to try to morph the thunder into a sound, like into words. Otherwise, it'll
No,
just be a nice sound.
I'm trying to get their attention, really. Like,
Okay.
if someone comes to investigate, then
So create a burst of thunderous sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away. They're 500 feet away.
oh, okay. I could just fly up there.
Actually, what is
I
500
get
feet
5
in meters?
Um,
Goddamn Imperial.
it's not. It's a bit. I don't know.
152 meters, which is no, not a half a kilometer. That's
Oh no, it's not.
yeah, that's like
It's like
15 stories.
300 and something
Yeah.
feet.
Um,
I believe you could be able to make a trip there and up in a minute,
Yeah,
but you
it's
might not be able to
500
get your
feet. It takes
entire
a,
point across.
yeah. I know how long it will take to climb, but if you want to catch their attention, you're going to have to project your voice over 152 meters.
Hopefully they can carry us up if that's something they can do.
Yeah. Athletics check if you need help.
I will. I'll make the athletics.
After you make the thunderous clap, I assume.
Yeah, Olaf is going to start trying to fashion like a megaphone out of leaves and sticks and shit.
Okay. Okay.
Like one of those ones they had an old-timey movie set, so
Yeah.
they would just speak into a cone.
So in the middle of this very quiet plateau cliff area, there's just this loud clap of thunder overhead, and then Elspeth very weakly calls out. What do you call out?
Hey, we're friends of Nephir. He told us to come speak with your elder, your oracle.
But you know, it's squeaked out. Her voice cracks. It's embarrassing.
I'm just gonna fly up.
How successful is my megaphone, bud?
Give me a tool check.
I'm
To
just going to roll
craft the
D20.
megaphone, yeah. Let's see how
Oh, just
successful.
D20 plus proficiency or no?
You're making this out of metal or out of wood?
Wood, because if I try to make it out of metal, I don't know if I could feasibly do that with flash forging.
Yeah, it's a
Would you allow
small
it?
a small object. Yeah, you absolutely can.
Oh yeah, okay, I'll do that. So 1d20 plus 2? Is it plus intelligence
with,
modifier or just
proficiency.
normal?
So it's a dexterity check with proficiency because you're proficient in.
Okay. Dexterity, I'm a 0, so 6.
Nope.
It's just a fucking cone,
Yeah.
but no hole in the
Yeah.
middle.
Exactly. You make an ice cream cone out of metal.
Right, I'm just gonna fly up and see if I can find someone to bring you guys up with me.
All right. If you're going to fly straight up, you absolutely can.
Yep, I will spread my wings, fly upwards.
Beautiful. As she is doing that, I did roll on the encounter table, and another thing caught your attention. You caught the attention of something else out here. And I don't remember what this encounter is supposed to look like. So I'm going to flip to that page real quick. And then we're probably set up for a quick bathroom break.
Sure. I will air fryer my leftover screw.
I'm jealous.
There we go.
I don't like
That wasn't
that. So, I don't like that one bit.
Hey, can somebody roll me a d4?
Yeah, sure. I've been rolling terribly today.
A 1.
Oh,
I roll a
nice.
4s. Take one.
I just needed one
Doesn't
person.
mean
I
I'll
get
take
targeted.
Mia's. Mia, give me a perception check from Lucia.
Is it still sunny? Or are we already in
so
evening?
will be disadvantage.
And 11 instead of a 21. That kind of hurts.
Yeah, ouch. What
You
is
seem way too giddy. I'm a bit worried.
what is the most expensive item on your person at the moment? Like what's the
in-game
most valuable
money-wise?
thing? Yeah. Well, what's the thing that Lucia values most on her currently?
I mean, her rapier.
That sounds good to me. So completely unnoticed by Lucia, her rapier leaves her scabbard. Now, I'm going to ask for a wisdom perception check with disadvantage, because it managed to do the first part successfully, from Hope and Olaf.
Wisdom perception disadvantage?
Yeah.
Can
it
Fenrir also make this?
Did the first part. It's on its way out now. Okay, so Hope didn't pass it. Let's see. Can
is
Olaf
this
do it?
something that Fenrir can also do?
Oh, that's true. Give me one for Azaka, and we'll get one from Fenrir as well. It's 11.
So 11
so that's
from
a no.
me.
No one is rolling well.
Oh, no.
An 8 from Azaka. All right, now one more from Fenrir. We'll see if the dog gets it.
1 second, just checking the proficiency bonus from dog. Perception
would be-
is
I think it had really high as well.
Would it
like-
be funny if I used
+4.
my tragedy to make them fail?
I mean,
I'll remove
You
your
no need.
toes.
so
There's no need.
the passive stealth of this creature is a 17.
Wait, you could just make the creature fail at stealth.
It's
No.
not making a check.
And then this
Oh.
one.
It's not making a check. This is just its natural innate stealthiness.
This is a
It-
bit
it
bad
just,
because
it just walked into the
this-
group and picked up the rapier because it saw that you cared about it. And
It's
it's
a
going to walk away.
Sue
with it.
monkey. It's a Sue monster.
You have no idea. A creature entered and lifted your rapier. So Mia, Lucia no longer has a rapier.
that is heartbreaking because it is
Yeah.
emotionally important to me in two ways at the same time.
Yeah,
Fenrir
and,
has vigilance, so I can't be surprised, but this isn't being surprised.
no.
This
This is well, actually, before we take our bathroom break, I'll reveal to us, the audience. Your characters don't see this because Elspeth is focused on this diplomatic mission, flying upwards. The rest of you are all watching her go, staring at her shapely behind as the sun sets over the edge of the cliff up ahead. Yeah. What
I'm not
the audience
staring at her
sees-
shapely behind.
No. Hope is.
I'm making my megaphone. I don't know about you.
Yeah. What the audience sees is this, like, 9-inch tall black figure with a little white mask on its face that's askew. It's got a little smiley face on it and lots of spirals. This little black figure pops up from behind a rock and looks up at everybody up above it, and it realizes nobody's paying attention, and so it happily trots forward. We hear a little jingling song and a little bit of cherubic laughter as it trots its way into the middle of the group, and it looks around, and because of that one, it notices Lucia. It notices Lucia isn't paying too much attention, so it sort of skips up to Lucia's foot and touches the end of Lucia's rapier. And then, like magic, the thong that ties Lucia's rapier to her belt just undoes itself, and the rapier plops to the ground. But before it hits the ground, the little fellow gets underneath, catches it in both of its hands, and so now it's holding this giant, like, spear above its head of this very thin rapier. It sort of jumps up, claps its heels together, and then just walks out of camp. Walks out of the group of you.
Chewingas.
So yes, this Chewinga has managed to steal Lucia's rapier, and nobody noticed.
This is going to be traumatizing to her 100% the moment she notices.
Uh-huh.
You know
You're
what
going
that
to
means.
pull it out, and it's just gonna be a stick.
Yep. So with that,
I'm gonna make some food.
we're going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back in a moment.
Hey. And it's going to make me some bread. See you in a bit.
Back in a second.
Chaos. Absolute chaos. Those vampire bats will give you a fright. Eating apples both day and night. That's all the brain could think of. You rest for a minute, maybe 3, then they're eating every apple tree. They don't care about nada, not zilch, no nothing, except bringing about an orchard's destruction. They don't care about nada, zilch, no nothing, except bringing about an orchard's destruction. This field is not their restaurant. They don't care about nothing, nada, not zilch, no nothing, except bringing about an orchard's destruction. Stop the bats, make them go and not come back. Stop the bats, make them go and not come back. Yes, it comes down to just one simple fact. It got to go, it's time that we attack.
I've discovered why Vin was snoring so loud earlier.
Oh, why?
I have a little bed for her that I have a little pile of catnip for whenever she's feeling like she wants to have a nice little catnip party. She fell asleep with her face in the pile of catnip. So she was snoring, I'm guessing, because she was just constantly inhaling drugs.
Oh boy. Sounds like fun.
Oh, that's great. She doesn't get hyper with catnip either. She's one of the cats that gets sleepy with catnip. So yeah, she's just been sitting there snoring.
Murphy likes to eat it. But he doesn't seem to have any other
Yeah, it's different. It's different.
Other than just liking it.
Yeah, Vin's the same way. She doesn't get hyper, but she'll like fixate on eating it as fast as possible, and then she'll like fall asleep and snore really loud. If they roll in it, they're supposed to get hyper from it, but I don't know. I guess she doesn't.
I think like officially, it's supposedly like it like activates like a heat type response. Apparently.
Well, she is extremely fixed. So
like that's the
affected it.
That's like the official like what normally happens, I think.
It is amazing how little random challenges can actually prove a threat to you guys. Like, dinosaurs are so weak.
We are also weak.
Yes, that too. When we distance encountered, I guess, the vampire bats, my immediate response was, those vampire bats, they've got to go. Exactly. Oh, My Little Pony. All the good things. I don't know how the guy who did the music for that came up with so many. Yeah. Daniel Ingram. Yep. Genius. Absolutely. And for a children's show. Yep. Oh, the music of that show is so good. This man is like, this is a children's show. I'm going to put a lot of effort into it. Did you ever watch the Scrooge episode? I don't remember that episode, no. I fell off. There's a Christmas Carol episode. Oh, nice. I didn't end up finishing the series. I fell off. I think the season before the movie, with Channing Tatum, the bad one that nobody likes. Which sucks because the Equestria Girls movie was actually really good, and then they just had to go and put a bunch of celebrities in one. I don't remember when Channing Tatum was in. Yeah, it was I don't remember what year it was. Yeah, it was their big movie. Channing Tatum was in it, and another famous. Oh, it's like the 3D animated one. No, it was the My Little Pony movie. I don't remember. Yeah, no, there's a 3D or pseudo 3D animated one, like the hippogriffs. Oh, this was 2017. This was the first friendship festival interrupted by a unicorn called Tempest Shadow. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Which character did Channing Tatum play? I thought he was in it. I'm not seeing his name on the cast list. I may be making things up. But I remember people saying this wasn't very good because they got a bunch of celebrities rather than... No, Liev Schreiber, that's what I'm thinking of. Like Le Penier, Emily Blunt, that's the lady I was thinking of.
Huh.
Yeah, I heard that it was not very good. I don't think I ever saw it, though.
Interesting. I didn't actually watch it, but I saw a lot of clips.
I was mainly annoyed because they cast a bunch of Hollywood actors to play new characters when, like, there's an entire genre of voice actors who have spent their entire careers doing voice acting, who are incredible at their jobs, who, you know, barely get any big movies anymore because they don't make animated movies anymore. I don't know. I was annoyed.
Yeah.
Back.
Hey! Welcome
And
back.
also, I like animation as a field. I think that some things can't be really done well in sort of live action. Like
Oh, I agree.
Castlevania, I feel like Castlevania
Oh,
wouldn't be as
yes.
spectacular if it was live
It-
action.
I don't think that would work if it was live action, honestly.
And like the shots would be borderline impossible without
yeah.
a massive budget.
The reason that show is good is in large part the animation.
And also the art style.
Yeah, I
and,
don't
like,
think the
character
Legend of Vox
design.
Machina would have worked in live
Oh, no.
action.
Legend of Vox Machina would never work as a live action.
I feel like live action gets seen as like a kid's like sort of medium, and hopefully it sees a resurgence.
You mean animation?
2D
Did
animation
I say
specifically. Yeah,
no,
Did I say that in the wrong order?
yeah, you just misspoke, but it's okay.
It's very frustrating that essentially animation in North America is viewed as a genre
Yeah.
in scare quotes.
I mean, it is over
and
in
it's not a
the
genre.
East as well.
It's a medium.
Yeah. Like,
I think it's a little less in. I think it's a
Referring-
little less of a like in Japan in particular. It's split up into like essentially made for women, made for men, made
Oh,
for
yeah. I get
young
what you're
boys,
saying.
made for young girls.
I get what you're saying, yeah.
Which is a little better.
Yeah, but we call it all anime, which is weird.
Like there's shoujo and shojin and whatever the other two are.
Mhm.
Shonen but old.
I am still so warm. We get some ice or something. Ice water.
Hello, I got bread, and then I
Hello.
ate bread, and then I made more bread.
Nice. We're just waiting on Abby.
Okay. I'm gonna go put my water bottle in the freezer.
There are some very fun characters ahead, and
The rest of the house is
rereading
not as
their,
hot.
That's good. There's some very fun NPCs ahead, and I'm rereading their descriptions so I don't fuck it up like I did with Azaka, forgetting that she's afraid of heights.
I did enjoy we're sleeping in a tree. Oh, no, we're not sleeping.
Yep. Her one listed character trait, alongside valuing strength over all else.
It's so warm.
Okay. I have a new unread in a news channel.
The orchard is not their restaurant, but do they ever care what others might want?
They're bats. They're bats. And vampire bats have got a.
Am I just like defaulted into being an artificer because I'm an engineer? Must be able to fix a car radio.
Yeah. I always end up being a barbarian, so Any test I've taken, I always fall into the barbarian category.
Ooh, is it a test on what?
Oh no, it's just a curated Tumblr post about how a proposed D&D game, but your character must be a self-insert. Every test I take, I'm a barbarian, so I got to go with that. Go with my gut.
I could be a wizard because I have a Bachelor of Science in mathematics.
I mean, I can't see you as anything other than a bard, Riley. You're a creative furry that is in every fandom known to man.
I can technically play piano, but not any. I don't think I can be a bard anymore.
Well, there's more to barding than just making music. You're in every fandom known to man, and you have an encyclopedic knowledge of the lore.
The thing says must be able to play an instrument.
Blah 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 blah. I guess. I feel like if anybody was going to be a wizard, it was going to be Mia. Mia's the most witch.
Yeah, but like,
I mean, Mia literally works in tech.
Yep.
I'm basically a witch.
I feel like witch feels more like druid though, like in my brain.
I can see that.
Depends on what kind of witch.
Yeah.
If you're a green witch, then yes. But if you were a black witch or a blue witch, definitely not. White witch maybe, although that's more cleric.
Abby would be...
Wizard. I don't know.
Anyways, everyone here, because Abby posted a meme, but...
I don't know.
She
Abby's on the
posted from her
call.
phone.
I have both.
Abby, are you muted again?
Abby, are you dead?
Did you send us a dying message as a meme?
I'll make you a ranger, I swear to God.
Revise or
One of the
unrevise?
shit subclasses.
The original.
No!
The PHB from 2014.
No!
And you have to be a beastmaster if you have a pet.
Yes.
But the companion that you have is then, for example, a CR0 cat.
Oh, did I? I posted about my D&D session last night, right? Where I ate a mushroom on impulse and almost... I thought my brain got scooped and I was basically mind flared.
Yeah.
That was scary. It was emotional. When they were trying to stop me from turning other people into mushroom people, I was like giving all these death flags and talking about how my backstory and like trying to get out little hints of like, here's what my character was about before I'm gone forever. It was rough.
Sounds like fun.
Well, we can't start until Abby's back because Abby's meeting them first. So I guess I'll just keep on reading.
I ran out of spring rolls, so now I'm set. Where's Abby?
Abby posted a longer version of the meme.
I have a rapier for later if when
It is
the
not
noticing
about having a
happens.
rapier.
Abby is a
Yeah,
warlock.
but like, so you have a weapon.
Based on
later.
this meme,
I can punch.
based on this meme, Abby is a warlock, and the corporation is the trans agenda.
I still think
It's not
Wizard
Eldritch
is
Blast, it's
the
Estrogen
most
Blast.
likely one for me,
Estrogen blast, yeah.
honestly.
The girl ray.
Oh, God. I wonder what my final GPA was. I'm gonna...
I know mine was shit because I almost killed myself, and my creative writing class dropped to like a D. I still technically graduated with because I did still technically pass, but I only barely did, so I only barely have an English degree.
I think it was... I had almost exclusively A's and a couple of B's and one C.
He's a bad professor.
And I was really
there you are.
disappointed about that C. I was an extremely academic person. Extremely academic to the
Riley's
to the
arguing
exclusion
that,
of all other
Yeah.
life.
Riley's arguing that he's a wizard and not a bard because Riley is, to me, a bard. Because encyclopedic knowledge of fantasy lore and being part of every fandom and also obsessively drawing
But
OCs.
wouldn't you call that intelligence more than charisma?
Maybe.
I don't think I'm a highly charismatic person. That's why I'm arguing against Bart.
I think. Yeah.
I think most of us here would be wizards, because I know Mia has a degree, Yusuf and Mia are about to get degrees.
I don't have a uni degree, though.
Well,
What?
it's not.
I don't have a unit
it's
degree.
not that
It's different.
you have a
Got it.
degree, so you're automatically a wizard. It's if you want to be a wizard, you have to have a degree.
Yeah.
I guess you could argue that I kind of have one. If you value the thing I get after my apprenticeship as one.
Anyway, that's real life. We don't care about real life here. We're playing
We are
Dungeons and
Sorry.
Dragons.
If I had magic, it would be the ability to make the carbon cells and carbon atoms in your body 10% bigger.
Ooh, nice. If I
I don't know if what that would do
What would
exactly,
that
but it'd be
do?
upsetting.
you would become very small.
You feel wonky.
You'd be
I
big.
feel like bad things would happen.
Probably. But also you'd be big. Anyway, speaking of big
No,
things.
I think bad things would happen because chemistry would immediately fail.
Probably.
That was the idea.
Probably. Anyway,
Also, Spencer,
Yes.
let me know whenever Lucia notices her rapier's gone.
sure. It'll probably be when you start climbing, I would imagine. Because you're just watching.
Murphy is trying to eat the fidget
You're watching
spinner.
Elspeth go. So speaking of Elspeth, you are flying. This is with your storm sorcerer ability, right?
No, this is with my Aasimar ability.
Aha. So what does that look like for you then? Is this your celestial wings that emerge out of your back?
Yes.
Very good. So this angelic winged Valkyrie helmed lady flies up the cliff face, a good 500 feet. You're spotted before too long, and a cadre of 5 Aarakocra fly towards you, spears outheld. These are extremely handsome individuals, extremely fit. They're wearing loose-fitting monk robes that flow with the wind as they flap towards you. Their wings are beating to keep them up in the air, and they're holding their spears up towards you. And they say, "Halt! Who goes there? What brings you to Kirsabal?"
I'm Elspeth Amirasdottir. Me and my friends helped save one of your own, Nephir, a few days ago. He told us to come meet him here.
You see, they turn and whisper to each other, and they come back and they say, "Nephir has returned. How many are in your party?"
6?
They confer some more, and they say, "One more question to confirm that is you. Which limb did Nephir lose while imprisoned?"
I don't remember him losing a limb.
He hurt his wing. He didn't lose it.
They asked the question
Yeah,
they
I'll
asked.
just say, I don't remember him losing a limb. His wing was hurt, so he couldn't fly away, but...
You see, they lower their spears and they say, "You speak true. Follow us."
I love those misleading questions.
Yeah. With
I'll
that,
say,
Yeah.
would it be possible for you to carry my friends up so they could join me?
the lead guard looks back to you with a insulted look on his face. He says, "Carry? We are not beasts of burden. Do they not have legs?"
They do, but the climb is quite arduous.
Give me a persuasion check.
It's certainly better for us with wings. That's performance, but it's the same modifier,
Yeah, okay.
so 18.
Yeah, he squints at you a bit. He says, "We are not beasts of burden, but we could perhaps lend some aid." He turns to his fellows, and he whistles to them and says, "You 3, go aid them in their climb." And then he turns back to you and says, "Where would you like to go?"
Well, he told us that we could meet with your elder, and that he would give us the power of flight for a short time.
The
She
wizard
actually.
and says,
She?
if you wish to go right to Ashara, I think that's her name. Yeah, if you wish to go straight to Ashara, it may be a bit of a wait, but I can lead you there to her temple.
Oh, well, if she's busy, I think we might need to restock. Do you have a market of sort?
Do they have a market? All these hard questions.
It does have a map.
I don't think they have a market. I think specifically they're a communist monastery. I don't think they have a market. Yeah. We don't have a market. We share everything in common. If you are hungry or thirsty, we can take care of you.
Okay. Would we be able to trade for
Cleansing
resources on our journey?
For sure, for sure. I will take
Right.
you to the cleansing chamber. We can wash some of that stink of the jungle off of you.
Oh, I'm more than happy for that.
Papa!
Follow us. So these two tall, very handsome Aarakocra lead you to the cleansing chamber, and we jump back down to the ground. So the lot of you at the ground, you're peering up, and you watch as three winged figures begin descending towards you. Lucia, give me a wisdom perception check at this point.
17.
Yeah, I think in getting ready to begin the climb, you check your things and you notice your rapier is gone at that point.
The others can just see that she's like panically looking around on the ground and just pacing around.
Lucia, are you okay?
No,
What happened?
have you seen my rapier?
No, he looks down to see at the holes. He's like, no. How? You had it when we got here, didn't you?
I'm sure I have. But
I didn't see anyone. We would have seen if someone took it. Yeah. All of us gonna look around to see if there's any, like, sign of the rapier whatsoever.
Yeah, give me a wisdom perception check.
Or I guess it could be Lucia with wisdom or perception.
Wisdom perception. Yeah, because this is using your
Or-
eyeballs.
Yeah, would Lucia be helping? I'm assuming.
Yeah. I'll allow this to be an advantage check.
10.
10. Yeah, you don't see any signs of anything passing through here.
I'm sorry, Lucia. I can't see any sign of it. Azaka, have you seen Lucia's rapier?
I don't think so.
Seems to have gone missing, but I don't know how. You're sure you had it when we
That's
got here?
strange.
yes,
I
Do you want to use
I will
mine
trust
in
my
the
hand on
meantime?
I don't think it's an issue about losing a weapon, moreover losing this specific weapon. If I'm not mistaken. Oh. Yeah, can I... Like... Okay, I'm trying to logic this out from the point of view of... This has obviously been taken. If we were to assume that Lucia definitely had it when we got here, what would be the point of entry? We're in a clearing, right?
You are. Yeah, you're at the base of a cliff.
All of us can inspect the base of the cliff then.
Sure.
Because I feel like that's a reasonable assumption that that's basically the only way. Because if something came from the forest, they would have seen it coming.
Sure. Give me an investigation check then, because you are looking at something specific rather than just using your senses to tell.
Yeah. Investigation 17.
17. You find lots of small nooks and crannies here and there. DM me what that was for, because I'm
reading.
Sorry. You find lots of nooks and crannies. You You don't see anything specifically helpful to you. You find a bearded dragon sleeping on a little sunny stone, and he just sort of looks at you quizzically and licks an eyeball as you walk by. But no, you find lots of nooks and crannies and stuff in them, but nothing in particular helpful.
Alright, I was thinking maybe something small, like a kobold was living in a small cave in the cliffside, but I couldn't see anything. That's very odd. He'll just call out, like, hello, if you stole my friend's rapier, could you please return it? He's just trying anything at this point, because Lucia seems obviously distressed.
Yes.
Well, she's looking like she's having a panic, close to a panic attack.
Yeah. You didn't get low enough that you suffer on the table.
I'd say for now it is that she's managing to not completely lose it.
Mm-hmm.
But if she's not getting it back soon, and she thinks that she's not getting it back ever, then
yeah, I think Levi is going to poke your knee and look up at you and say, "It's just a sword. Why is it important?"
It's not just a sword. It has a memento from my brother in it, and my aunt gave it to me so that I don't have to be scared in the dark. I need to get it back.
You look. Levi looks quite concerned, and scratches their head a bit. And they say, "It seems pretty important. I mean, you don't want to forget your family? It might make things a little easier."
This one is different.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
6.
Yeah, they're gonna look at you and they're gonna say, I don't think you're really that upset about this. I think you're upset about something else.
Can I slap Levi?
Yeah.
I want to slap Levi. I guess I can do it with this, but I wouldn't go for the full damage one. I would do the...
Yeah, you hit it. You hit them.
I'm just going, whoa, what was that for?
And like instantly after, like, I'm sorry.
You see, they just blink. They didn't really flinch from it because they're a stack of solid meat. They just blink. They rub their face. They say, "Well, I guess you do really care about it." Give me another persuasion check with advantage.
Ooh, watch me roll like shit again.
Well,
12.
Oh, there.
They say, "Well, I definitely believe you a little more this time." They pull out their coin, and they say, "I can do something that might help. But this might be a good object lesson for you, for, letting go or whatever. It seems like you're carrying a lot of baggage. That's all I'm saying." Do you want my help?
I don't want to let go. Just...
All right. All right. You watch as Levi turns away from you all. Takes the coin, flips it up in the air, flip, and lands face first into the dirt. And they put their hands in their mouth, and they make this very loud, weird whistling sound. And I'm going to have Levi make a roll. This uses their magic item.
Levi backstory.
Probably going to be wisdom. Not something they're good at. 14 isn't bad. Yeah, there's a plink on the ground. as the coin lands, and then it's followed up by this whistling chirp sound, and then all of you hear this weird ephemeral jingling sound, and then this little face pops up behind a rock, and it goes, "It's a week, chick chick week," and Levi frowns at it and says, "You took their sword, didn't you?" And it says, "Chick chick whack, chick but ding, bah." And Levi says, "I'm going to need you to give it back." And it just chitters back at them, and they have a bit of an argument. And I'm going to have Levi make a persuasion check now. So I'm going to make it an intimidation, and they're going to use their bulging muscles. They say,
Flexing on the boy.
"Don't make me come over here. I know what you are." That's a 16.
Charity?
Yeah, dexterity intimidation. They're not proficient, so they're just going to use their dex on it.
Dex for the muscles?
They're
That's
flexible.
weird.
Yeah. Fine-tuned muscles. Well, I can make it their strength, then it would just be a 15. Anyway.
Wait, they have
Playing
less
faster
strength than
than
dexterity?
Yeah, they have 15 strength and 16 dexterity. I had to rebuild the sheet because Hana deleted it before I built this NPC sheet. Because I do everything.
Didn't they have 15 strength at the beginning?
Maybe.
All right, you changed it later, right?
Maybe. Regardless. The Chwinga and Levi have an argument that devolves into some name-calling and some threats. And then the Chwinga huffs and tosses the sword back out of seemingly nowhere. It seemed to have disappeared. The space that the Chwinga is in cannot hold a Chwinga, let alone a rapier. But the rapier reemerges and it gets tossed over to you. Levi snatches it out of the air, gives it a good look over, and then they look back and they say, "It's an amulet, right? Indent in the hilts." Yeah, the necklace. They frown at the Chwinga and they say, "Amulet too." And then it chitters angrily, and then tosses the amulet back. And they say, "Good. Now don't go taking people's things. You need to ask first. I know it's pretty. I know they care about it." It just chitters and then disappears again. So Levi turns back to you and says, "All right. That's dealt with. Now don't say I never did anything for you."
I just give them this like surprised blank stare, like, what just happened?
That is a Chwinga. Spirits of the forest. They're assholes. I do not like them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, really? Thank you. And
No,
she
I-
just clutches the rapier and just like falls down to the ground on her knees.
Levi
touches
just
it.
sighs and says, "This is why I don't help anybody. You get all weepy and teary-eyed." They pat you on the shoulder and they say, there, bud. You're okay. Now, if anybody else needs any help, I can't do anything more, because that took my coin's power for the day." They pick up their coin, flip it again, and put it back in their pouch.
What amulet did they take as well?
The amulet that was in the hilt of your sword.
Oh,
Yeah.
they
So
took it
they're
out.
separated
It's so rude.
at the moment, yeah. So you're going to have to put it back together.
You just clutch both of them, especially the amulet.
Yeah.
Or the little gem, I guess. It wasn't
So,
really...
so what the rest of you see is this beautiful silver rapier that glows in the moonlight that you're aware of. It has some Elven written along the blade. There's a little compartment in the cage of the hilt that's been popped open by little Chwinga fingers, and it drew out this beautiful little amulet with a little symbol on it. So Lucia hurriedly puts it back together, closes it all back up again, and then puts her magic item back in her sheath. At which point, Aarakocra arrive. 3 Swole Aarakocra fly down to meet you, and they say, "We've been told you need help climbing the cliff."
We definitely appreciate the assistance. If you're willing to offer it.
I mean, we wouldn't be here if we weren't, would we? We have a job.
Sure.
Let's go, Wingless.
Thank you then. We, with their help, ascend, I guess?
Yeah, With their help, you will ascend. So you will be making all these checks with advantage because they will be giving your help. So they lead you to the first section of the climb, which is a walkway. These are steps that have been carved into the stone at the base here. A number of them have broken and crumbled away, but they're able to help you get over those leaps and jumps. So let's get athletics checks from everybody for this first section. With advantage.
More athletic checks. There's so many athletic checks.
I'm not letting go of the rapier, and especially the part with the gem, for like the whole time.
Good.
I don't think I would put it away.
There is so much climbing in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, 11. Okay, that checks out. Can I get
Yeah.
one from Azaka as well?
That's a natural 20!
Yeah, it is. Okay, so everybody did okay. Hope, you just rocket ahead. You don't need any help from the Aarakocra either. Azaka is also doing
They're
fine.
impressed.
Levi's
it's my
doing fine.
goat feet. It's my goat feet.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're able to do the thing where you
not
climb up
climbing,
surfaces
it's
at like
it's a-
60-degree angles.
It's
It's just 89-degree angle.
Exactly. So that's all
I'm just
going
walking
great.
up.
Also, Olaf with a 23, also not bad. Lucia, you are focused on holding this sword that is so important and close to you for so many reasons. You miss, and the guard doesn't catch you quite in time. I would like you to please roll for me. No, there we go. I'm going to let you choose. You can either fall a bit of a ways down the cliff. You won't die because the guards will catch you, but you will take a bit of damage from falling a bit. Or you can catch yourself, but you're going to injure yourself in such a way you'll have an exhaustion point.
Ooh, then I would have 2 tomorrow?
Well, I mean, if you're going to be getting... Oh, you don't know that yet. Never mind. But yes, you would have 2 by the morning because you haven't had enough water today, and then you would be pulling your shoulder out of joint to catch yourself. So it's your choice.
Well, wouldn't she renew the one from today overnight?
Yes, it would just be one
And
tomorrow.
then gain the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm gonna do a dexterity save to see if I would manage to grab something, and if not, then I would fall.
No, you
Okay.
don't. There isn't a save. You're either going
that's
to
good
fall
to
or
hear.
you're
Yeah,
going
I
to catch
just
yourself.
rolled it for myself, like trying to
Okay.
reach out with like one hand while still
I get
clutching
that. So
the rapier.
yeah, with your 23, you do catch yourself. So you pull your arm really in an awkward way, and so you take a level of exhaustion for the rest of the day.
To be fair, the other option would have been better for me because of this.
Probably, yeah.
I would have likely taken 0.
Yeah.
But just because I can land nicely,
you
wouldn't
pull
mean
your
that
arm
I
out of
wouldn't
socket.
instinctively-
That Aarakocra is right there behind you. He presses you back up onto the step, and he says, I'm so sorry. I didn't see you there. I didn't see what you missed your step. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Just hand hurts a bit. I think the rock was a bit sharp, and she just... I think he like assists her in not falling over, and she looks at her and it was just streaming blood.
Yeah. He says,
Oh.
well, here. He pulls out a bit of a cloth out of a pocket, and he wraps your hand, and he says, we will make sure that gets taken care of when we are up at the cleansing chambers.
Thank you.
Yeah. But stay close to me. I don't want you to fall again.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So for this next section, you are going to be climbing up wooden walkways. So these are sort of what are they called on docks? They're like docks on a river, but they're set into the stone of the cliff face. So for this section, you're going to be walking through those. So you're mostly going to be walking unassisted. This is more to see when something breaks underfoot, if you're able to catch yourself to get over the broken section. So for this, it's going to be acrobatics checks. With advantage, because you do have people helping you.
I can do that. That's alright.
Oh, yeah.
That's the wrong...
Oh, man, Levi got a natural 20 this.
Solid.
All right.
Saka very used to jumping.
Acrobatics.
18.
18.
Yeah. For this section, everybody's fine. Yeah, you're able to dodge and weave your way through the crumbling walkways. Now for this last spot, or this last section, you're going to be looking at a number of planks. Yeah, this isn't as clear as the Firefinger climb, what these different sections are. For this last section of the climb, I'm going to need you to make wisdom perception checks, because for this last section, you're going to be climbing up regions that look safe, but they're going to be a little more unstable.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, so up here, the walkways and ladders and steps, they're more exposed to the elements higher up, so things are a little more rotted, so you're going to need to use your eyeballs. The guards, of course, are helping you, so you will still have an advantage.
Perception advantage?
Perception advantage.
Oh boy.
Saka doesn't need advantage, and I don't even need normal rolls.
So,
Oh no, Levi!
Yeah,
Goodbye, Levi.
Hope and Levi. The two of you, even with the help of other people giving you a hand, unfortunately you are going to step on sections of this walkway that give way underneath your feet. So I will give you the same choice as Mia was given. You can either take an exhaustion point to catch yourself, or you can fall a little bit and take some damage. So, Riley, what do you think?
I think I'll take an exhaustion point.
Okay. So Hope takes an exhaustion point. I think Levi will as well. Can you do an exhaustion tracker on NPC sheets? I don't know.
I don't think there's exhaustion tracker for NPC sheets. For character sheets, there's an option that you can toggle.
I'll just add a note in the traits. Exhaustion 1.
Disadvantage on all ability checks. Oh, then I would have a disadvantage even with the assist of the from
Oh,
the
that's
other
true.
guys.
So it would have just been your first roll, which would have been 15. You're still fine.
Well, in theory, I have disadvantage from the knight and disadvantage from exhaustion and advantage from the other guys, and it doesn't matter how many you have, they still get neutralized, so I would have neutral.
5th
anyway.
edition, any amount, this cancels out any other amount.
It is not stacking, it is just you have it or you don't have it. And I have it from 2 sources, which doesn't matter.
Anyway, you reach the tippity top, and you are greeted with a beautiful sight, which I can share with you. The monastery here is a number of beautiful square, round, and octagonal buildings that are all sort of set on stilts into the side of the cliff face here. Overhead, locations, Land of
There it is.
Chult, Kirsabal. Show to players. There you go. Yeah, so these are a number of different geometric shapes crafted out of plaster and wood boards that have been built straight into the stone face of the cliff here. Each building is more beautiful and more ornate as it climbs to the summit. It is quite a beautiful thing to see. And there's another picture of Kirsabal. I think that's everything I need to share with you.
So cool.
I can also share this.
Twingers.
Yeah.
Gosh darn swingers. Almost made me have a
Swingers.
mental breakdown.
So you arrive at the peak, tired, sweaty, dirty, and yes, the guards. Where is the Kirsabal map? Firefinger?
Should be in there in chapter 2. It definitely has one.
There it is. I can move you guys there.
Just black.
Oh,
Is it just black? This is just taking a
No, I
little
see
Yeah.
everything.
No, it loaded for me.
Oh, it just took a minute to load.
Okay, sorry about that.
You might have to reload the page.
So,
Mine's good.
yeah, sorry, Abby.
Probably my scripts that I need to disable. It's happened before.
Place is nice and big.
Why do they put all the labels on the GM layer? You guys need to
Yeah.
see that stuff.
Well,
In
the
case we
thought
don't
is
know
that
that
you don't know
information.
which building is what, but
I guess.
I mean, besides maybe the top left one, which has the same fat symbol as the other one, and is the only one that's really like big multi-layered things.
Anyway, I'm gonna fix that real quick. But I think
Like they
that's all
treat
it
it as
is.
a kind of encounter map, which is just simply not.
I mean, it might be,
Unless,
depending on.
unless you're
It
playing
could
an
be.
evil party,
Maybe
which we're definitely not.
I just
Um,
remembered the thing.
So yeah,
It can be an
they
encounter map.
bring you to the guards bring you to the lower dwellings at 520 feet. The first section of the little monastery here is a guard tower. There are no, these numbers are out of whack. There we go. But yeah, the first building on your way is a guard tower. You can see there are two more Aarakocra inside. They're currently on their break. They have little mugs of or little cups, clay cups of steaming tea. They wave to you as you reach the tippity top, and they wave to their friends. And the guards that have been guiding you turn to you and say, "Welcome to Girsabal. The cleansing chamber is further up. You will find it in the monastery." They point up at the big round building up ahead, the octagonal building with the big seal, the maze-like seal on the front of it. They say, "It's impossible to miss. It's the large building up there with old Ubtau's seal. Head right away, and your friend will be there to greet you."
Would it be possible for Elspeth to convince Gondor to let her take the helmet off for a nice bath?
That's a great question. I can jump to you as the party makes their way to you. The two guards brought you to the cleansing chamber. The cleansing chamber. This is a ceremony cleansing place right before the monastery. You can see there. It's a absolutely beautiful building, or it's. No, this is not a beautiful building. The next building is a beautiful building. I can read, guys. Yes, they take you to the cleansing chamber. You can see that there are a number of offering plates laid out, and there are wash basins here and there. And in addition, there is. So they take you to this section first, Abby, with a wash basin, and there's a little tray, a space for offerings, and there's incense burning. There's a ladder leading to an upper level, where they tell you to go once you've cleaned yourself. They leave you to clean yourself in private, and they head up to the higher level themselves.
What sort of stuff is on the offering?
In
Table?
the offering tray, you can see that there is a beautiful fruit. It looks like a papaya, which has been left in there, as well as a couple of small copper coins. And then there's just a long stick of incense, which is currently burning.
Alright. I'll leave a gold coin in there.
Very nice. You drop a gold coin in the offering plate, and you can cleanse yourself. But you wanted to talk
Yeah.
to Gondol before you do that.
Did.
Okay.
I'll just say, Gondor, are you there?
Always.
What do you say that you let me take this helmet off for a bit and I can enjoy a nice bath?
and let you look at yourself with your own eyes? No. You'll never put it
I don't
back
need-
on.
I don't need to do that. No, you don't trust me?
No. This is
What do
my
I make
body.
a comment?
This is my body. You just haven't realized it yet.
Why do you care so much about it being me? I could give you to someone else.
You hear a sound of cracking joints inside of your head. And she says, I thought you were weak when you put me on. But these little arms of wet dough, they hide a simmering storm power. I like it here. It's familiar, this power.
Good, because I wasn't going to actually give you to someone else. I'm not evil.
This is good to know. I'm not evil either. One might
I
say I'm
disagree.
even good.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, good people don't steal other people's bodies.
Good people prevent the end of the world and the death of all things. By any means necessary.
Is it the death of all things, or is it just the death of the god?
The gods sustain everything. They're an important piece. Uncaring and unmoored as they are, they're still a linchpin. Their continued success sustains everything below them.
I'm not sure how much I believe you about that.
If you want to bathe, you can go ahead. I won't look. But you will not be taking me off your head anytime soon.
It's very polite of you.
She chuckles before withdrawing.
What was that, sorry?
She chuckles before withdrawing from your consciousness
Oh, okay.
to let you have some privacy.
Well, you know, maybe we can get along, I'd say, as she goes.
Give me a dexterity check to see how well you can clean
Oh,
yourself
God.
with the helmet.
Oh,
Still
20.
Ah.
She's an advantage, but it's bad.
Yeah. No, you do a good job. Yeah. You feel clean as you can. You still have this nasty feeling of like having worn makeup for way too long and you need to get it
yeah.
off, but you can't get it off.
Oh.
Yeah. The
How do
feeling
you know
after
about that?
I've done a shit ton of theater. Also, wow, toxic
Oh, you
genitals.
don't theater?
Jeez. I have a theater
I didn't know
degree.
you. No, I didn't.
It's
I
one of
didn't
my
know
2
you
degrees.
wore makeup.
Well, my
Oh, you
one
have a
degree.
degree.
I have one
I didn't
degree.
even know you had a degree.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really fucked up of you. Not gonna lie, Chief.
It's my creative writing and theater performance degree.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
that's such a cool degree.
It's just a Bachelor of Arts. It's completely useless because it came from Christian University, which should not be accredited.
Ah,
But I had a good time, and
Still cool.
yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Misjudgmental. Jesus. Anyway.
I was just asking.
Yeah, you have that feeling of having makeup on your face that's you need to get off, but like there's no wipes around and you're just gonna have to sleep in it. So that's not entirely comfortable. But the rest of you're feeling fine. You feel like you're presenting a-okay. With that, you can climb the ladder to the next section, or you can hang around and wait for the rest of the party. Up to you.
Yeah, I'll wait around.
Okay. In that case, the rest of you all, are you going to stop and talk to the guards, or do you want to head straight to the cleansing chamber?
Actually, it's just the guards. Like, do you know of anyone? This is a long shot because I don't think you guys wear shoes. But do you know of anyone who could help me repair mine? I seem to have stuck it in some kind of snail trail on the way here, showing the withered remains of his boots.
You see one of the guards that's on their break snickers, and the other one elbows him and says, "Snail trail, really? It's not even." Ugh. And it looks back at you and says, "Yeah, as you can see, we don't really wear shoes." He holds out his talon, his bird talon feet. He says, "But But we do have some craftsmen you can ask around. I know the monks do that sort of thing. We have 2 wards of the city, actually. They're wingless folks like yourself.
Really? All the way up here?
Yes.
I assume they're experienced climbers then.
Oh, something of that sort, yes. If you make a good impression on the Shara, I'm sure they will introduce you.
No. Just this way, right?
Yep.
Just
Just follow the way.
pointing
The city is a single line, so as long as you don't fall, you'll show up there eventually.
Fair enough. Thank you very much. Olaf is to start making his way towards the bathhouse. And I assume it's a bath.
Yeah. As you climb, you notice the section of the cliff that the dwellings are on are substantially better maintained than the lower sections. There are bits and pieces here and there that haven't been repaired yet, but every flat surface has been well oiled, well swept, so you don't even necessarily need shoes up here. It is precarious for people without wings, but it is very well maintained. And as you go along, you pass by a number of Aarakocra of various ages. There's a couple small Aarakocra children who wave at you as you pass by and giggle to each other. There's an old lady Aarakocra who's got this enormous long clay pipe out of her mouth that she's just sitting on her porch in a little rocking chair, and she just kind of frowns at you as you pass by and blows out a couple smoke rings. It's got this real mixed quality, where on the one hand there's this elevated, holy feeling to this whole place being this beautiful, whitewashed and ornate thing up on the mountainside. On the other hand, this is a place where people live, and you can see there's dozens of families that live here. And so, while this is definitely a holy place, it has been repurposed to also be a village. So, as you make your way through the village, you are unaccosted, and eventually you can reach your way to the cleansing chamber, which you enter into and see Elspeth looking
Is it
extremely clean.
with this one? Or this one?
Yes, this one right here.
The climb is fun.
This tree, by the way, is a cherry blossom tree. You can see there are beautiful pink flowers and the little red buds that will eventually be cherries.
Ooh. Surprisingly nice.
If you were playing a certain Legend of Zelda game, this would have the vibe of Kakariko Village. You've got that nice track playing on in the background. You'd expect to see Impa in any of these buildings.
I was going to say Satori Mountain.
That works too. Yeah. It's definitely the nicest place you've encountered on Chult.
Yeah.
Precarious isn't it?
Yeah. As you all come in, I'll just say, I hope you enjoyed the climb. Hope it wasn't too hard. I did try to get some people to help you.
Oh, they did. They guided us
Yeah,
a
they
little
were
bit.
very helpful.
To be fair, it was a bit of an ass test to carry us.
Well, you've all made it safely.
So you seem fresher. Is there some kind of bath or something?
Yeah,
I'll just show them. I'll show them the washing.
Yeah.
The washing area.
the bottom left, there is a little offering tray in the corner here, as well as the washing basin. There's scented oils and plenty of cloths, but it's not particularly like overzealous. It's just like some lemon scented water, just to help freshen you up a little bit.
Olaf will leave us silver piece.
Okay, in the offering tray.
So stingy.
Hey, I see a copper piece. I see a gold piece. I don't know which is normal, so I'll go for the middle.
That works. Anybody else going to leave an offering?
Yeah. I will leave 3 silver pieces.
Oh,
Oh no! Now I feel one-upped. Okay.
how about Hope? Is Hope going to leave anything behind?
Yeah, I'll leave 2 silver pieces.
Okay, very nice.
I can't fault Hope. They went in the middle.
As you clean yourselves off real quick, why don't we have a little bit of a conversation here with the party as everybody's getting cleaned up. let's have somebody roll a d100 to see what topic comes up.
I shall. 65.
65. So if
Embarrassing birthmark.
you would like to pick up this topic, 65 in the campfire conversations is, what is your character's favorite food and or beverage? So Elspeth, because you rolled it,
Yeah.
how would you like to broach that topic? I'll let you pick up the conversation from there as I look something up real quick. But that's the topic to discuss.
I don't know what sort of food. I'm trying to think what sort of food they have on the Sword Coast.
I can start. I thought of something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Except now I've forgotten the name of it. Wow. That bread that you have like a culture of the dough.
Sourdough?
Sourdough, yeah.
I said it first.
So Hope will
I win.
think for a minute. I think like they're like munching on rations or something like that, and he's like, "Oh man, I miss Mom's sourdough so much." Oh,
Yeah. I think Levi's
So
gonna sigh and say, "Oh, that reminds me. My people, they make this delicious egg bread. These giant lizards we ride around in the basement. We take their eggs and add a little bit of flour, and just the yeast of the environment makes it rise all on its own. Unleavened egg bread. It's delicious. We do this thing where we tie them together and swing them around so they get nice, long, and stretchy. These braids of bread. Bake them. Put a bit of honey on them. They look wistfully up at the sky.
Now I'm getting hungry.
So hungry, man.
So that's Levi's favorite food.
I just want challah.
What about Lucia? Mia, what is Lucia like? What is she missing?
She's going to take a short break in her like cleansing ritual. I'm guessing that she would have some from her own faith. Maybe put some incense up as well.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite one is definitely Mama's lentil stew. We have like a lot of different kinds of potatoes in there. We have some onions in there, and like 2 different kinds of lentils, and nice homegrown potatoes. And then Mama and Mommy always bake a lot of bread. I have a lot of siblings, so we need a lot of bread whenever we need it. So we usually bake like incredibly big batches and then do like 5 different breads at the same time. And then you just eat the stew with different kinds of breads. It's really tasty.
I will say the fruit in Neverwinter is amazing. Like you could ripe all year round. It's always in season.
What fruits would those be, in particular?
I don't know. Stop asking me to come up
Apples,
with
pears,
Some northern
peaches.
Some northern fruits. Pears. I would imagine. Neverwinter seems like they would have lots of pears.
pears and grapes for alcohol brewing.
True. Elspeth eating grapes is pretty funny. I can see her right back using Mage Hand to feed herself grapes.
Like a
Yeah.
fucking-
She's just got she makes her own ingredients. She's got her fan, just
That
feeding
works.
herself
Yeah.
grapes.
Yeah.
She got the whole entourage of royal attendants by herself.
This is a good spread. Elspeth likes luxury. Hope likes carbs. Lucia likes a straightforward, simple.
Hope likes cottage
homey-
core.
Exactly. And Lucia likes that comfortable mom stew What about Olaf? What is Olaf missing on this journey?
Oh, I could do with goulash or something.
Hmm.
It's like this stew with a sort of tomato base with chunks of meat and root vegetables like potatoes and carrots. Although we try different things every now and then. And sometimes with bread, sometimes with a bit of cream and mashed potatoes, or I believe we tried it with rice this one time and from some traders. And does pasta exist at this point?
Yeah, pasta exists.
And
We have Italian mice. Of course, pasta exists. We also have pizza.
this thing is not like bread. It's made with egg and flour.
Pasta,
Pasta?
was
Pasta.
invented in 1000 BC.
Yeah, pasta is like
latest.
tacos. Everybody has pasta and tacos. It's the universal truth.
Nice.
of this
Okay,
world.
we're sorted.
Pasta also appears to have been a feature of ancient Greeks.
Nice.
So yeah.
Sometimes I don't know if you heard of it. Pasta and crusty bread's also nice. I should make some sometime. I think one time we had a guest who was also vegetarian, and we did it with mushrooms instead of the meat. So if you wanted to try that, Lucia.
Azaka chuffs to herself as she just reaches her hands in the base and just rubs her face, and that's it. And she says, "I like a nice young
it meat?
buck.
It's meat, of course.
Nice young buck. Caught myself. Oh, fresh and hot." And with that awkward
That's
silence,
interesting. No, it's interesting. So, do you like it raw then?
yes, I mean, I don't relish killing them, but you know, you got to keep the population down, and when it's fresh, you can drink the blood straight out. It's delicious. You can get all the fiber you need from its stomach. Plenty of iron in the liver.
You'll have to come back with my family for winter hunts then.
Hmm.
You could help us win next year.
Too cold.
You could wear furs.
You could come up to Neverwinter. It has that name for a reason.
I might consider it when this is all done.
Yeah, we'll be happy to have you. Would it be... Yeah, Olaf's inappropriately doing fucking stretches in the bath.
I feel like it's appropriate.
He is fucking stiff these past few days.
All right. Very good. But you're all clean. I'm not going to make the rest of you make a dexterity saving throw, or ability check, because Elspeth has the helmet she had to wash around. The rest of you are fine. But you all emerge nice and clean and comfortable. Who's going to climb the ladder to the second level of the cleansing chamber next?
I'll go up first.
All right. That is excellent. Elspeth, you climb to the second level of the cleansing chamber here, and you are met with the sight of a beautiful but simple statue. You reach the top of the ladder and enter into a shrine. There are a number of shelves on all the walls, covered in half-melted candles of various kinds. Some are made out of beeswax, some are some kind of paraffin, others made out of soy. Just dozens and dozens of types of different candles and headscarves. And there is a 5-foot-tall wooden statue to the east end that is covered in necklaces of flowers. And there is a little basin of offerings at his feet, full of bits of bread, bits of fruit, those coins from down below. It looks like this is where the offerings are all collected after they've sort of been gathered up. And as you reach the top of the ladder, Elspeth, and look at this statue, you can see that the all of the details of this statue have been almost completely worn away by time. It's sort of just this smooth, polished bronze statue with its hands outstretched. But as you reach the top of the stairs, it feels like the statue's looking at you, Elspeth, and there's a little twinkle. And you get the sense that the statue winked at you. And you are given a boon for your generosity.
Nice.
Which I sent you a DM about.
Yeah.
But yeah. Everyone else can file up into the chamber after, and you find the same thing. There's shelves with a lot of candles, headscarves, all that sort of thing. I think at this point you would be met with another one of those guards who went ahead of you, and he would say, it is, oh, this is Olaf's voice. That's not right. It's quite windy up ahead. If you want to take a headscarf, you certainly can. Don't have to. But yeah, it's quite windy up ahead.
I'd take one.
Yeah. It's pretty old. It was knitted a long time ago, but it's been well loved. So it smells of incense and fire. So you can wrap your hair up and keep yourself safe from the blustering wind at this high altitude. So anybody that would like to can get your complimentary travel scarf. And then
Olaf will just lower his goggles just because of the fierce winds and so on.
They're very good, very good.
I never realized there was a cave on this map, and I don't think it is mentioned in the notes whatsoever.
It is not, no.
It's ominous even. There's a path towards it.
But yes, you ascend the steps to the monastery itself.
Yeah, there is, like... Oh,
yeah,
no,
it's not labeled.
That's the top layer.
No, that is the one. It is not directly connected to anything. There is a bit of a ledge, but it's not connected to the buildings.
You climb the last section of stairs, and you find yourselves at the base of this beautiful octagonal monastery built into the wall. Now that you're up closer, you can see the symbol of the maze up above. I would like everybody to make a history check real quick as you look at.
They already told us what it is.
Did they?
Well, I've told you what it is. It's the symbol of Uptow. I would like you to make this check to see where else you've seen it.
Oh.
Nope.
Elspeth is
Oh,
not
13.
One from Mia.
I already did 6.
Riley. Hope's missing.
What is
History, if you don't mind. Just to see.
missing? History.
You've seen Uptow's symbol elsewhere, is what I'm saying.
No.
Do net once from
No information. No helpful information.
The bridge, maybe?
You've seen it before, is the point. And yeah, you know it's Uptow's symbol, based on previous encounters. You enter.
Is one of the
Sorry, yes.
Sorry.
What was your question?
Is one of the Awoken with us, like guiding us?
Not guiding you. There was one of them in the shrine, the top of the shrine here. The other guard went ahead even further, and you would assume was going ahead to let Shara know you're coming.
Alright, I'll save my questions for her. I'm not going to bother some random guy.
So you enter in this area here, the monastery, and you find yourself in a refectory. It's the entrance hall of the monastery, also a dining chamber. You can see that there are backless benches and stools in front of the tables here. The table is quite long, but it's very low to the ground. So you would have to get quite low to sit on these stools and benches. In this room is the guard that you saw earlier, as well as 2 other monks who are sitting around the table and just sipping little cups of tea as you enter. And they look up and they nod to you as you enter. And the guard says, Ashara is this way. You enter
I don't want some
into
tea.
the main chamber. I'm reading as I'm going. I'm sorry, this is a lot of endings. This is the main hall of the monastery, the prayer hall. It is an impressive sight. The rafters of the ceiling are fully 60 feet above the floor, and the peak of the thatched roof is 15 feet above that. The space is large enough that Aarakocra can fly inside, although, as you watch, none of them are currently flying around. They're walking everywhere. The circular labyrinth symbol of Uptau is laid out on the floor in a mosaic 20 feet in diameter. Even as you enter, you can see that a number of Aarakocra are sitting on various chairs everywhere, just sort of looking down, gazing wistfully at the seal, the labyrinth seal at the bottom of the chamber. So in total, there is one other. There are blah 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 blah. This is where Ashara is. So you are greeted with the sight of a old, impossibly old. This is the fuck. No, that's not Ashara. Where is she?
Happy, are you eating something crunchy?
Oh fuck! Sorry, I thought it was muted.
There she is.
I was eating breath.
It's okay, I just wanted to check. I wasn't sure where it was coming from.
There we go. You catch the sight of a very old, impossibly old Aarakocra. She is extremely wrinkled. Her feathers are going gray in a lot of places, but there's still a lot of red in there. And she is standing in the center of the seal on the floor. She's got her wings are gently folded against her back. She's got her hands clasped in front of her, just in a nice resting pose. And she's wearing nice, simple garments. And as you enter, she inclines her head to you and says, "Welcome, heroes, those who saved Nephir from his fate at the terrible Terrorfolk. Welcome to Kir Sabal."
Olaf will bow his head in kind.
I will bow and say thank you for accepting us. I know that you don't like many visitors.
It is less a question of like and more a question of danger. You see, we are fairly isolated here, and there's not many of our people left. You are welcome because you are friends.
Oh, I like your shtick. That's pretty cool.
Did you have any questions for me? I know Nephir said you were on a quest of some import. You wanted to see about the ritual of the Seven Winds.
Yes. Whilst we're here, I thought I might ask you about our larger quest. We are trying to prevent the death curse, but to do that, we need to know where it comes from. Nephir said that you're very knowledgeable. Would you know where we might go?
I am.
We need to find the city of Mesera.
I am quite knowledgeable. The city of Mesero is known. It fell to ruin years and years ago. You can even visit the ruins yourself. As for this other question, the death curse, I know that there is a disturbance in the weave. I know that the gods are pulling back. We do not have much contact with the gods here, but I can see that they are not as involved as they once were. They seem frightened. That is the main concern. Yes, frightened. Give me an insight check.
Insight.
While she says that, I'll obviously go to the check. Could you think of any reason why the very gods themselves would be frightened?
She dodged your question about Mesero. Elspeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, she follows up with you, Olaf, and she says, well, there are many reasons the gods could be withdrawing and leaning back. There are many things the gods fear. We don't much revere the gods here on Chult. At least the old ones of us do not. Perhaps this death curse challenges their way of being in the world. Perhaps it is some ancient prophecy come to light that they recognize, denying their followers in the afterlife, if that is indeed true, would certainly harm their ability to act in the plains. But more than that I cannot say. Who can know the mind of a god, anyway?
Sorry, I interrupted you, Elspeth. You were asking a different question.
Don't worry. About the city of Mesro, I know that it's in ruin, but I've heard people saying that it's moving, or that its soul still exists, but that is the path that it will walk.
Ah, you've heard the rumors then. Yes, well, Mesro was a special city. It was crafted by Ubtao himself. She nods down to the labyrinth on the floor. He was not a god. He was of that other faction, but they changed sides when his own race proved destructive to the world, more so than the gods. He betrayed his own, and in so he was gifted this realm as his own personal kingdom, lands that the gods were not supposed to interfere upon in any way. As
Who
such,
is
this land is
Ubtao?
him, and he is his land. Who is Ubtao?
Oh,
Sorry, I cut you off.
yeah. Who is Octo?
Ubtao is the lord of these lands. He made them. He crafted this jungle himself out of his own hands. The earth itself is his body. Mesro was his very heart in these lands. He was both God and person, and he was nature itself. He was the land itself. He was the spirit of this place.
And he was ancient.
One could say so, yes. Impossibly ancient, primordial, one might say.
But he wasn't a god.
No, he was that other race, the one that came before. They fought one another for dominion, and their war was so destructive that all races were threatened and almost destroyed off the face of this beautiful planet we find ourselves on. Eventually, a powerful being stepped in and parted their ways. The primordials were given their own place far beyond the other side of our blessed sun, and these lands went to the gods. But Ubtao remained, father of dinosaurs, his blessed children. He kept these lands, and they were lands that gods were not to interfere on. Though as I'm sure you've noticed, they have begun to interfere in many ways.
Yes.
Did you just go on a tangent and completely ignore the city question? I forget the name.
Yes.
It's Mezzo something.
She did again, yes.
And do you know where we might find the hearts of Mesro?
Well, the heart of Ubtao, if it indeed still exists, is far removed from mortal hands. They say the spiritual city that lived in Mesro, the city that was Ubtao himself, was called Omu. It was the body and heart of Ubtao. It was the holiest of holy places for him. It was the place he dwelt, where you could go to meet him in person when he still did such things. But as to where Omu might be, I don't believe I can help you. I know someone who can.
The Oracle?
The Oracle at Oralunga. She is far more ancient than I, or anyone. She was here during that great war between the gods and primordials.
Okay. Well, that sounds perfect.
Certainly. And if you remain for the Dance of the Seven Winds, you will be able to swiftly and safely arrive at the Oracle, and she will confront you there and judge you to see if you're worthy one way or another.
I wasn't aware that we needed to be judged.
Oh, this is great hidden knowledge. If Omu still exists, it is surely the last piece of what is likely a long-dead god. If he is even alive in any capacity, our blessed Father Primordial. Not that just anyone can arrive in such a place. I mean, you have helped us, certainly, and you have done a good thing in saving him and driving off the terror folk of Firefinger. And I'm sure you will do many more wonderful, good, kind things. But the truth is, we don't know you. And we have been hurt in the past. By many people. Kir Sabal is the last of our people here. We dwelt in all of these lands as part of the great Tabaxi Empire. We stood alongside Uptal and his followers, but that is all gone now. The spell plague wiped us out, and with Uptal's departure, none of us can channel his power anymore. We're dying. So you can understand why we are a little careful with foreigners and telling them all of our secrets.
I understand. You, with the Dance of the Seven Winds, you'll have done more than enough for us.
Certainly. Our home is open to you. We share everything in common here. If you have any needs, you may simply ask. We will provide to the best of our ability. If you have anything else to provide in thanks, we certainly do not require it, but we are a tight-knit community here. We certainly appreciate anything you have to offer as well. The ritual of the Seven Winds, the Dance of the Seven Winds, it will take some time to complete. You will need to do a ritual cleansing, more than just the cleaning that you did below. There is a cave of great spiritual significance nearby our beloved monastery here. You will need to enter and face a number of trials. They aren't dangerous, I can see in your faces, and this is probably quite annoying to you as well. I can assure you this is part of the ritual. Once you have completed these trials, when you return, we can do the ritual and you can be on your way. It will only take no more than a day.
Alright, it's going to be quicker than walking, so...
Very well. It is getting quite late. Will you need to rest?
Yes, there's just one last thing. I seem to have made a mess of my boots, presenting the mangled leather remains of his boots on the way here. Do you happen to have any craftsmen that are proficient in leatherworking? Or something like this who can help me fix this?
We certainly do. I will connect you to them. I don't have a list of Aarakocra names to generate one offhand, but she gives you an Aarakocra name, and she says, I will certainly let him know that you would be looking for some help.
Oh, Glopshido. Obvious name.
Yep, Glopshido.
No. That's not what you said.
I didn't actually catch what you said.
Glopshito, it's a made-up Star Wars character.
Oh, okay.
It's like infamous even.
What's the one from Adventure Zone? Bingus?
Bingus,
yeah. From
isn't that just a cat?
Maybe. No, there's anyway. Adventure Zone. The third season of Adventure Zone had so many NPCs. Somebody made up an NPC with a storyline, and it took like way too long before people noticed it was made up on the wiki.
Yeah, I see.
Anyway, it's
I
very
see
good.
the wiki page.
It's very good. Anyway, you can look that up on your own time. I'm floundering here. She says, okay. I could certainly help you with that. And you dear, you seem to be coughing. Are you all right? She approaches you, Lucia.
Yeah, I'm fine. Took my medicine. I should get better in a bit.
Oh dear. She puts her feathered fingers and opens up one of your eyes, if you will let her, opens up the other eye.
Yeah, sure.
And puts her hand on your cheek, palm first, and she says, You're freezing, dear. You're freezing.
No, it's a bit windy, but this is normal.
She says, I can help, if you would like.
What do you mean you can help?
I cannot channel the greater powers of Otao anymore, but I have gifts. Some gifts to heal the soul.
I give a look at Azaka because I'm unsure what to make of this.
She shrugs.
If it is not too much to ask of you, then
No.
I certainly wouldn't mind.
She puts her palm on your face and she says, Dear child, be cured of these ailments that torment you. Be calmed. And she'll cast Lesser Restoration on you, and then clear up the, for a little bit, the coughing fit. I'm not entirely sure which condition it is that's causing the
bronchitis.
The bronchitis, yeah. She will relieve the bronchitis flare-up with a Lesser Restoration.
Yeah. Oh, it feels a lot better already. Thank you.
And she looks over the lot of you and she says, That helm you carry.
I want to ask you about this actually, now that I've seen you can do magic.
This is beyond my skills. As I said, Ubtao left us when I was but a girl, and I have not been able to access such higher level magic since the Oracle can. You would need a remove curse or a greater restoration for this.
That gives me some leverage.
It seems unusually tied to you, as if it knows you.
Well, there is a rather annoying woman trapped inside it.
I see. Well, if you have no other questions for me, I could bid you good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. I suppose we try that spiritual cave at the moment.
Certainly. First thing in the morning.
Oh, you must expect us to take a while.
No, but it is always better to rise with the sun.
Sure.
With that, she'll move away and ascend the steps with her shaky old lady legs. Perception checks for everybody.
Oh no, we can see her arthritis.
I lost 2 net 20s already to this.
Yeah. 6.
6!
19.
19 from Osaka.
From Azaka. Hope? You want to give me one, Riley?
Oh no, they're dead.
No, Riley's dead.
Ooh.
21. So Azaka and Hope both spot that there is an unexpected figure watching you. Up on the second floor of the monastery, completely hidden from view of the lovely old Aarakocra, you see a human figure peering over the balcony. She's got piercing eyes. She's got a little tiara on her head. She's got dark skin and beautiful curly hair that's all tied back in this beautiful plait. And she's just peering over the edge, looking down at you all. And as soon as she catches you watching her, Hope, she goes, Hup! And disappears back behind the balcony, and you lose sight of her again.
Interesting.
She's just
Well, what is it though? Does Hope say that out loud, or was that just you?
I think he's kind of like Huh. Out loud. But, like, doesn't want to interrupt the conversation, so...
Oh,
Conversation's good.
Anything other...
yeah.
I'll
Zaka
just
says,
say-
we are being watched.
By who?
Human.
Huh? Human here.
Well, they
Hey.
did mention a couple of non-flyers.
Where were they? Maybe we could say hello.
So, alright if we do that?
Ashara at this point has reached the second flight, and she isn't listening to you anymore, so she's just continuing on her way. Unless you call out to her.
Yeah, I'm sure they're not prisoners or anything, so I'm sure we can just go up and speak to them.
They seem to have hidden once they noticed we were there. Or once they noticed I was watching them. Yeah, let's go chase them.
All right, so who's going up the stairs first?
I will follow
I will.
Hope.
Okay. So Hope is going up first.
Elspeth following closely
Elspeth,
behind.
okay. So Hope, give me a wisdom perception check to see if you can catch sight of her again.
Okay. Nope.
Nope. Elspeth, you give me one.
Okay. 15.
Oh, okay. I will have her roll this time. She's gonna make a stealth check.
Aha.
Ah. Yeah, you see no hide or tail of the little human you saw up here.
No idea.
Olaf turns to Lucia. He's like, "Are they going to get in trouble for going up there? I'm not very familiar with the practices and temples and so on."
Did they tell us what we are supposed to do or not do?
Nope. She just Ashara heavily implied that you should go rest for the night.
Oh, is
think
the
she was
shower
lost.
still?
No, she's moved
Is
on.
the shower still around?
Where are we meant to be sleeping?
I mean, you can always follow Ashara if you want to keep talking to her.
I'll just say, I'll just catch up with that. Shower, we just saw a human watching us. We thought we might meet them.
She sighs and says, "I told her not to be down here with the visitors." She rubs her forehead. She says, that is my ward. There are 2 orphans we rescued a while back. They are not of much import. I've been watching them. They're quite a handful. I would suggest you don't bother them if you see them again. They're probably looking to start trouble. Such naughty children.
Is she being entirely honest
Give me an
there? 6.
Hard to read.
Yeah.
Given your experience earlier, she seems to be deliver everything in the same tone of voice. So whether she's lying or not, you have
Yeah.
no idea.
Alright. Well, have a good night. And I'll go rest.
You as well. Give me a perception check as you're leaving.
I'm getting some weird vibes. For
Also
wow,
nothing.
the rolls are not good today.
Hope, you give me a perception check as well, based on sound, and that'll be what we'll finish this interaction with. That's you, Riley.
Sorry, I was slightly distracted by something in another server.
That's okay.
What am I rolling?
Wisdom perception, just to see if you can catch the thing that
Wisdom.
Elspeth missed.
Nope.
Nope.
We served the comedy
Is that as
and
well?
we left
That's
the
true.
tragedy.
Comedy and tragedy.
Oh, comedy! I'll use the comedy!
Okay. Well, you can't use it on
I
that
need to use it.
because it already failed.
Alright.
Do you want to do something else while you're up here? that you can use the comedy for to make sure it succeeds? Since we've been rolling like such dodge shit.
I should have been rolling some of the stuff with disadvantage, actually.
Oh yeah, because you're.
I forgot about that. Yeah. I can't think of anything.
Okay. Well, we'll just we'll just end the session there then, with the mystery intact.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can you head down
I don't know
to
unless anybody else can think of something.
the Aarakocra Bingus's house, who is a
this where we're
craftsman.
sleeping?
The fuck is Bing?
Bingus is a kindly, noble Aarakocra who's done many years of adventuring and has done many wonderful, amazing, heroic things. And Bingus will
I defeated the vampire, Strahd von Zarevich.
Exactly. And Bingus will take your shoes and begin repairing them. Yeah, everybody settles down for the night.
Actually, oh fuck! I did have a question for if anyone would know like the fucking flight movements of a dragon, it would be the Aarakocra. I should have asked.
That's true. Yeah, we can pick up more questions next time. I'm going to prepare a series of trials in that cave because that's too good of a thing to have on the map and not do something with. So I'm going to prepare some ritualistic trials. I'm going to flesh out the city a bit more since you're going to have a chance to walk around and talk to people. And in the book, there's only 3 named characters here, so I'm going to try to build it out. Give us some more people.
I can't wait to get tortured with our backstory in that cave.
Yeah. Any questions, comments, or concerns at the end of this session? How do we feel?
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Comedy and tragedy? What was the funniest thing that happened today? What was the worst thing that happened today?
My fucking shoes got stolen by slime.
That was definitely a tragedy. Lucia's was closed, but she got it back in the end.
True.
Olaf would just.
My shoe. I had to make fucking sandals. I hate sandals.
Oh, give me from the climb with those shitty shoes. Give me one more con save.
Okay.
Watch him just get 20 again.
15.
Okay. Yeah, no, you managed to resist it. Yeah, you don't get the shivering sickness. For having your bare ass feet getting little cuts everywhere, you could have picked up a fever, but you didn't, so you're good.
I forgot about that. That's terrifying.
It's usually insect bites, but if you've got your bare ass blood flopping around,
My goddamn gripper's out.
yep. What should
I
we
don't
call this
know.
session? This was. You got attacked by Allosauruses in the night. You found some slime. We'll call it a sticky situation. Or sticky times. Sticky
How much
times.
XP do we get?
There's
from
2
the-
Allosauruses, which is
Not a lot, I
2
think.
CR2 creatures, I think.
That's like it's 125.
Let's see. So
100?
altogether that was 900 XP. So 900 XP divided 6
damn.
ways is
150 each.
150 each. Thank you.
Quick maths.
150 each.
I'm on 3,700.
Very nice.
3766.
Sticky times.
3783.
And that was tragedy for Olaf.
3825.
And who is going to get the comedy next time?
I'd like to think
Comedy
that
was for the shoes.
Oh, comedy was for the show.
Because it wasn't really tragic, but it was really funny.
tragic for.
Lucia got her very, very important sword.
Yeah, we could do it that
stolen.
way. Then I get the comedy instead, and then Lucia gets the tragedy.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
nothing tragic happened besides that.
Yeah.
It's the closest we could get. I mean, the best I could do is it gets kind of tragic. Then I just imagine like fucking Elspeth sitting in the bath, like it's all like nice, relaxing, with a fucking helmet fused to her head, not being able to really enjoy it, just
Pretty
like
comedic.
sitting there, probably getting
I
fucking
think
gassed in her own helmet.
with how vain Elspeth is, having a helmet fused onto her head is probably the worst thing that. Like, it's probably She's probably the worst like party member to have this. If it was on anyone else, they would probably be okay.
You
Elspeth's
can't
not
charm
having a
any
good
people
time.
for stunning looks with a helmet that covers the whole face and makes them scary.
Exactly.
That reminds me,
Um,
you would only be at half hit points, half hit dice today, Elspeth, because of your rest.
Yes, I always would have half the dice.
Good.
It effectively reduces my hit.
And we all will have exhaustion level 1 for
Yes.
the nice trials.
You do get enough
Oh, I thought we
water.
would get provided with water.
Panic
You do get enough
attack.
water, but the exhaustion from the climb, that'll carry over, because that was still building. It seems silly to give you exhaustion then immediately take it away.
That's fair.
So,
to be fair, we're only doing like a trial, and I'm assuming it won't be a
Yeah.
physical
The
trial
exhaustion will
tomorrow.
carry over tomorrow into the trials, unless you want to.
I was.
Yeah.
I was thinking whilst I was cooking. Elspeth probably has bipolar disorder.
Oh, that's interesting. Good to work
Just the way, like, she has a short temper. She has that, like, she has the mania. She thinks she can do anything. So
Dear
yeah,
God, she's her own favorite person. Fuck.
Yeah, I just also thought that it was funny that a character based on electricity was bipolar.
That works. Yeah. Not a lot happened today. Sorry, guys.
No, we had a lot.
A lot of
happen.
jungle.
We had a lot of arguments.
You had a lot of arguments.
Oh lord, there might be a talk with Elspeth and Lucia next time. That's scary.
So I'm going to.
I mean, my
flesh out,
notes for today were way bigger than my notes from last. So
Oh, that's nice. I'm going to flesh out Cure Sabal between sessions. Yeah. Make sure I'm ready to go in 2 weeks' time. Because
I sent you a thing on
Next week.
Roll20. I will leave it up to you if you want to do anything with that or not.
yeah, I can do that. Yeah, we'll deal with that next time. For sure. Well, hey. Thank you so much.
No session next week.
Yeah, no session next week because I'm going to be running Curse of
I'm
Strahd.
crying.
So
Alright.
week after that, we'll come back. We'll deal with Cure Sabal through the night, and then we'll jump right into the next day and see what it holds. And who you might meet.
I'll send you a message, Spencer. You can get back to it whenever.
You can absolutely do that. I think that's the end of the game. Thank you so much for being my friends. Stay alive, and I don't know what's a good message to end to say goodbye.
Remember to you could just steal critical rolls. Remember to love each other.
Yeah. Leave the world better than you found it,
yeah.
and
I like just.
and tip your cleansing
Remember to love each
chamber.
other. Is it Saturday yet?
Is it Saturday yet? Yeah.
If it's Saturday yet,
It is Saturday.
Hey, remember.
thank God it's Saturday.
Next time you go to the
see you in
cleansing
the
chambers,
stars.
make sure you leave an adequate tip, and you too might get blessed by an unidentifiable statue that winks at you.
Remember to like and subscribe.
I still have an extra lesser restoration sitting
You do.
in my.
You also got a charm from a different god that you left an offering for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should be like if Lucia ever learns about that, the fact that I have lesser restoration, or if I ever realize the fact that I can,
Yeah.
that will probably help a bit.
Well, I'm done. So, bye-bye.
Yay.